Don't mind the recordings over on Overwatch gameplay because I'm too lazy to set anything up.
Yeah, that's fine. And you got that, and it's going to take a bit for stuff to get going here. Where the hell? I need to promo my promo. Because promoing my promo is always important.
Everyone doing while I'm recording this, me, Will, and Clayton is going to discuss the Nintendo Direct in a couple of minutes, so
select your hero.
Enjoy. As I suck in Overwatch.
I have to go through like 15 fucking discords that nobody pays attention to. To push my stream.
Oh.
Although I've gotten a few people here and there, but...
My friends, lots of resources standing around. There's glory to be won.
And then later on today, I'm...
1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
With the universe. Don't worry, my friend. I have your shield.
I think Copious Note needs to be...
Yeah.
It's just going to be a notepad with the word Copious on it.
What was this though?
What's what now?
I said, what is this new though?
Well, I have 4 units, so 3 of them got to be taken up on my pad. I'm going to bring us up. And we're alive-ish.
Yay!
With copious notes, as Enforcer says. So Ty and Reid are here because they wanted to talk about it. Hold on a minute.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, we saw it. We saw it. Then
We saw all the Nintendo
You can actually see your
Direct
chat room we discussing it though in real time.
Yes. Well, the one person that's here go nuts, but because I wasn't watching it on my computer, I wasn't taking my notes on my notepad on my tablet. I was taking them on my phone, so that means I have to look at smaller things. Anyway, here we go. So right off the bat, we start off with the Nintendo Direct, and that looks like Fire Emblem, and immediately I start to shut off.
Yeah, as soon as
Same there, like, ah.
Something was going to me. I was like, wait a minute, this style looks familiar. Then I was going, wait, I know that style. Then as soon as I saw the first character, I'm going, yeah, that's Fire Emblem. It's Fire Emblem.
Now it is a Fire Emblem Warriors game. Now that
it's a so game.
That actually surprised me, to be honest.
Which I mean, after people having seen me play Persona 5 Strikers, I mean, I can understand the appeal. But I don't know how the level grind goes in the Fire Emblem Warriors games. So for those of you who have seen me play Persona 5 Strikers, there are a few Musou games that I really like. Dragon Quest Heroes I will play. I enjoy the grind in that. Persona 5 Strikers, I enjoyed the grind to a degree in that. But if I play Hyrule Warriors, any version of it, I get pissed off because I have to exit and re-exit and re-enter levels all the time in order to power up my characters, and that's annoying to me.
Well, isn't it always annoying because there's nothing you can do about it?
Correct. That's why I don't play them.
Like there's.
I
really
have Age of Calamity. I've never touched it.
Why all stuff for your stream, Ted?
What?
I was like, well, you might start for your stream, but then I remember my fun times.
Apparently, I'm dead to Enforcer. So,
dead, Johnny.
You're dead, Will. Dead.
And we have another people in the
Kazi's
audience
in the
to
car.
join us.
Kazi's in the car.
Yes, I am.
He just had to be here to hear my copious notes.
Oh, I live for it.
They live for the copious notes.
Worry, Kazi, I'm actually recording this to put my channel later, so congratulations.
Congratulations, yes.
You get to hear, you get to see people. 2 or 5 people can actually hear you now when I upload this.
Yeah. Well, Kazi will occasionally come through when he's not driving through a dead zone. So hopefully he'll get in there. But yeah, the first game on there was Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Fates, which is the Musou game to 3 houses, and yeah, that's the thing. So, just so people understand, we're going in order of what happened in the direct. So, we will get to. I know that there are certain people's everybody's favorite part, and we will get to those. But one thing at a time. Go along with this ride.
It's not a favorite part; it's a surprising part, but we'll get to that.
Well, no, there is a favorite part in this. I think there's definitely a couple of favorite parts. One of them was definitely surprising. And if it's what I think you're thinking of, I'm definitely buying that shit. But we'll get into that. So anyway, hello Shinya Takahashi. Okay, so it's a sequel to 3 Houses. We've done this before with Persona 5.
Yeah, it really seems like this company, like what are they called? Omega something?
Omega Force?
I think it's what it is, yeah. These guys have been going hammering hard. I hope I'm not getting too overworked by this, because they've been doing a lot of Musos lately.
Yeah, sure.
That are not
Kazi, I do see you going up and down. I don't know if you're hitting anything. If you want to join us later, that'll be great. I would love you to be around. But you are going in and out, and I don't know if that's because you're in a dead zone where you are in your car. So, or you might.
Oh, it might be the dead. But I think I just got out of it.
Oh yeah, I just heard you now. So.
Okay, no, it's probably because of that dead zone. Apologies, but yeah, I am here.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't see him change my string over there, so
yeah,
maybe who knows.
First batch of announcements. Advanced Wars 1 and 2 reboot camp. I'm actually looking forward to this. I already have this on pre-order. Advanced Wars is the exact opposite of Fire Emblem for me.
Yes, which is really interesting, but also the fact that I see this and they've really updated it in a way I thought was actually good. They actually looks like they actually improved new dynamics. They actually put voice acting, which I thought that'd be cool. They actually did. But the one thing that has me really kind of iffy about is that they have a back turn. And I'm kind of going, is this kind of like the opposite of what these games are? That you want to actually see?
It is.
Yeah, because
I understand why they did it.
Because I didn't play Fire Emblem, but I know that once you fuck up, you're fucked up. You have to either...
Yeah. Now
this is more for the casual person.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. Absolutely. And so for me, not necessarily for me myself, but for me as an overall package, being able to take a mulligan is a good thing for games like this, because it'll ease people that are newer into the Advanced Wars style of gameplay to do that. I mean, they did that with Fire Emblem to a degree. The insta kill, the perma kill character thing, which was probably the biggest reason why I stopped playing Fire Emblem. Advanced Wars Golf Edition, Enforcer says.
don't give Nintendo any ideas.
Hey,
Well, they're not going to put golf in Satisfactory. Might as well put golf somewhere else, right?
Oh, that actually sounds so
I know.
cool.
Oh god, all the COs have their own abilities. Olaf just instantly gets out of a sand trap like nothing.
So, yeah, Advanced Wars, I'm totally for. I'm really glad about the quality of life improvements. Making your own maps is going to be interesting, and of course, local and online multiplayer. That's coming out April 8th. I'm looking forward to that.
Very much so.
Holy crap! Switch is getting No Man's Sky.
That I was not expecting, considering.
Neither do I, to be honest.
Well, at least it'll be the fixed version, you know.
Yes.
Let the Switch owners suffer the original version, even though I'm a Switch owner myself.
Yeah, let me just say this. I'm really surprised that they're able to put this on Switch simply because we knew about the problems that, like, you know, with how it's, not say before, but like what kind of demand it would have to have on the current system, like on the PlayStation 4, but also on PC, it's not so bad, but I'm kind of wondering that if it has connectivity, will there be any issues with it on Switch?
Right, and Enforcer is apparently answering one of my questions. I was wondering if this is going to be a streamed game, with all the stream games going onto the Switch now. You know, I mean, there's only 4, but still.
But we'll get to that one.
Well, we'll get to that one in a bit. So I guess there's technically more than 4. It's more like 10, but you know.
Yes, we're not.
But we'll get to that in a bit. But the game was looking like at a steady 30 FPS.
It was.
So,
I'm really surprised by that.
So it'll be interesting to see what concessions they had to make for No Man's Sky to get it to work. But it happens this summer.
Very surprised. It's actually very soon. This had to have been at least a year or so with it being developed for the Switch.
Yeah.
It makes me a bit interested because it's Switch, it's easily mobile, and that's something that you could easily get lost in. As long as they optimize that game correctly, then yeah, that would be perfect for just getting lost in.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
It'll help like visit the hospital. Hopefully not anytime soon.
Okay, so for this next part, I'd like you to stay quiet, except for certain things. No interjections, except for possibly laughter. And then we'll let you talk.
The floor is yours.
Holy crap, Strikers! Dude, Strikers is back. You don't understand. Strikers is back. Okay. Strikers, you know that Strikers? Yeah, it's back.
Yeah, no, it's something that I was wondering why they had it for one iteration, and then they basically never did anything with it ever again until now.
Well, I mean, they did too, because they did GameCube and they did Wii. It's just that they skipped the Wii U because, you know, it was Wii U.
It feels like so long ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a Strikers on the Wii? On the Wii, I don't remember.
Yes. Mario Strikers was on the Wii. Super Mario Strikers was GameCube. Mario Strikers Charged was the Wii version.
Well, that's probably why.
That's why.
Because you don't.
So this is the one I was actually completely surprised about when we were discussing it. We were talking about it earlier. It's like, wow.
It's maybe because I thought that it only came on GameCube. I might have remembered it was on Wii, but I didn't remember it at all. So I thought it was just on GameCube.
Hey,
on GameCube, yeah.
My only hope is that it does better than Mario Golf on the Switch.
Yeah. Mario Golf kind of turned into a dud real quick.
Yeah,
which is saddening.
I was real excited about Mario Golf and
I was about to pick that thing up in a heartbeat, and then like day 1, day 2 reviews, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
In essence, out of a 5, it was basically a 3. So,
yeah.
Which is
Like it'll probably be good for my golfing friends, and I do have at least 2 of them that love golf. And you know me, I have to try out golf games every so often on consoles, but yeah, it's just a golf game. It doesn't. It didn't.
It's not that deep of a golf game either, which is that's
no. But golf games are not meant to be deep. To be
no,
fair.
they're not.
Well, I mean, like not even have 18 effing holes.
Yeah, it has 18 holes. It has 18 holes.
Oh,
Okay, no, like when it first came out, like it only had like half a course.
really? Oh, that's kind of weird.
No, I
I
remember.
remember hearing that.
I remember 18, but I think that's because in one day I unlocked all the stuff that was available at the time.
Okay.
That wasn't part of the story mode, and the story mode was not interesting enough for me to go through. So it's definitely not a $60 game, but you know, live and learn, you know. But anyway, Strikers Battle League is what we're calling this one. There's customizable gear, not only for look, but it also affects statistics. Some sort of orb that allows for double goals if you hit it right. 8 players, local and online. They're also doing football clubs.
Now that is going to be interesting. You see how many clubs?
Yeah.
If it's successful, see how many local leagues going to pop or online leagues going to pop up. So I say.
Yeah, you might actually get Mario Strikers hooligans beating the shit out of each other in barcades.
Now,
Because their favorite club lost or their favorite club won. Wait, no, I'm sorry. That's just in England. I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Don't give people any ideas.
Team Majima. No. Majima is we build shit. And he plays baseball, not soccer.
Hey, Tony Khan's wrestling club can actually get some work now.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Also, can I just say this, that I feel like in terms of the sports games, this might actually sell more.
Oh, it will sell. Well, it will sell more than golf. It will sell more. It will definitely sell more than tennis. But out of all the Mario sports games, we'll get to that in a bit.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing though. I look at this and I'm thinking, could this possibly get, because they're coming out now? Do you think this might actually take away, I don't want to say completely, but do you think this might take away people that have been playing FIFA to possibly play this game more because it might be a more entertaining?
No, because it requires people to get a Switch.
That means someone has to pay money for it.
Which means you have to pay money for it, and unless people are, well, the Switch is still kind of cheap-ish compared to trying to find, a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. But it's not. It's the same problem I ran into a long time ago when explaining. Now, if it has a card system, oh God.
No.
But the thing that gets me on this,
it's not an EA game. Well.
The thing that gets me on what you're saying is that this goes all the way back to the GameCube when I was trying to promote Fight Night Round 2 on the GameCube.
Oh, I forgot what that game's doesn't.
Along with NBA Street Volume 3, which had Mario, Luigi, and the Princess and Princess Peach in the game. And I tried to advertise it on the GameCube, and the one person that I specifically remember going, "Oh no, man, I don't play for that. I want to play because it's real. I play for the real." And to be honest, people have more of an attachment to Manchester United or whatever than they are over local hooligan teams. It was a street game, I know, but it doesn't matter.
I know, that doesn't really stink that it is just a street game, but come on, the big games are so good.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, moving on.
So anyway, that was holy crap, Strikers. Wait, Splatoon from the chop. Okay, they brought back Horde mode. I just forgot what Horde mode was called.
Salmon Run.
Yeah, the Salmon Run. Fish stick. Looks like some special bosses. Oh, you can toss the egg now, because that was a bitch. You couldn't toss the egg. You couldn't toss the egg around. Once someone picked up the egg, they had to bamf the fuck up the ramp. Back the thingy. Salmon Run 2, Salmon Harder. Yeah, really. Wait, Salmon Run 2? It's not Electric Boogaloo?
Don't give Nintendo any ideas.
I know. But no, Salmon Run Next Wave looks very interesting as their, Salmon Run, Splatoon's Horde mode is always fun. I had fun with it on Splatoon 2. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Splatoon 3. Also, Salmon Kaiju. Yes, I went, oh great, a Godzilla fish thing is what I did. I'm looking forward to that. I think it's great that I know a certain Blue Muppet is going to like that because he was big into that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the few things I agree with him with. I like the Salmon Run runs. It's just another option for multiplayer for people to be able to get together, beat the hell out of each other, and beat the hell out of something.
Yeah.
And that way you can kind of ease into the PvP stuff and do that stuff. Splatoon's always been very good at trying to make a complete package. And
that's true. That's what's glad for Splatoon 3 without waiting for the next generation.
Yeah, and so I think the Splatoon team is taking what they've learned from Splatoon 1, shoved that into Splatoon 2, and they really took what they learned from Splatoon 1 and 2, and they're really shoving it, what worked in those games, and are really shoving it into Splatoon 3. That's going to be fun.
Do you think we might have a good campaign mode that actually might have a good story to go with it?
Well, the first two campaign modes weren't bad.
I'd say the Splatoon campaigns weren't bad. It's just, yeah.
It's just that once you're done with them, you're kind of done with them. Is all.
Yeah, all I can really do is multiplayer.
Yeah, well, that was the main strength of those games.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So,
did they say when this game's coming out?
I didn't see it. I was hoping it said summer, but I didn't pay attention to the date.
I forget myself.
But I think it's supposed to be.
Quickly look it up here.
Okay, we're still at summer 2022. Okay, still at summer 2022.
Okay, it's just summer 2022. Okay, so
yeah.
We don't know exactly when. It's just in the summer.
My guess would be August. And the reason why I say that is because of E3.
True. But again, we might see something at E3 when they say it might. But
oh yeah. We'll talk about the E3 speculation after we're done with the copious note shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Next thing. Wait, Front Mission?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, this looks familiar.
It's a lie.
A remake of Front Mission 1, and it looks nice, and it's a great nod to the old Super Famicom game, and there will be a remake of Front Mission 2.
Yeah. Which really got me going. Are they really making this back? Wow, this is awesome.
I want these games.
So do I. I just spit all over the place.
I mean, I actually, like, I haven't played these games a lot, but these games just fascinate me just because it is a strategy game, but the way it's done feels like, this is the kind of strategy that feels like this is a lot more fun.
Oh yeah, no, you have like your monsters and you have different parts you can equip for them and everything. Oh yeah, no. I still have Front Mission 3 on my PS Vita, so...
That's gonna be another thing that's also, like, asking this question. 3 remake? Or do you think they might just do, like...
I want all of these old 90s Square games remade.
I agree.
Just so I can keep holding that Vagrant story gets a re-release.
Not a re-release, right?
Long live Evilly!
A reboot, dude. A reboot.
I did get War of the Lions on the PSP not too long ago, so.
Yeah, I have it too. But anyway, I'm glad for this. I am glad this game is getting seen again because they really need to go back to the OGs of what made Front Mission so fun to begin with.
God.
Give us what we need with that.
Because their last one was that, the first-person one on Steam?
Was Evolved, and that game was just kind of eh. Yeah. But I completely agree with Kazi, except not so much. And as far as other Square remakes, we'll get back to that in a bit. Agreed. As far as Kazi saying going back to the old 90s stuff, particularly on the PlayStation, yes, I agree, but not Vagrant Story for me. Give me fucking Einhander, you bitches!
Hey, you'll get Einhander, I'll get Vagrant Story, we will both be happy.
We will both be happy. And
yes.
then watch, we'll get neither, and they're gonna put out fucking Air Guys, and nobody will be happy.
A remix of Air Guys with half the Well, half the Final Fantasy 17 minute this time. It's just those Cloud
and
Sephiroth
what they'll do is
Tifa.
they'll pull a Yuga Gotoku studio and put it in the fucking Final Fantasy VII remake engine.
Oh, I could totally see that. That's the worst part, is that I can see them doing it.
With all the shoot 'em up releases, I'm surprised Einhander hasn't happened yet. I have no idea. I mean, we've gotten Legend of Mana, which I still need to get. We're getting Front Mission 1 and 2. We're getting a sequel to fucking Chocobo Racing after all these years with Chocobo GP. I'm excited for that. Which people are like, oh, it's just Mario Kart with Square characters. This is something they've never done before, and I'm sitting here going, can you go back 20 years?
Some of these kids, they cannot. Even some adults cannot, like us.
This was Spawn Wave. He has no excuse.
I mean, heck, let's just be thankful they can't remember about her, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's not God bless the ring just yet, okay? Let's stay the fuck far away from that.
Remember we were talking about for franchises we thought they forgot. So don't give them hope.
Don't give them ideas.
Exactly.
Speaking of something involving Mario Kart, there's a Disney Pixar Mario Kart game coming out.
Oh my god!
I just say Disney Kart.
Well, they specifically mentioned that it had to have Pixar stuff in it. So
yeah, it's definitely.
Now here's the question: When do you think Disney and when do you think Marvel and Star Wars going to get involved?
I wouldn't be surprised if they're
I wouldn't be surprised because this game is free to play. It's cross-platform. It'll be out summer 2022, and I'm sure there'll be microtransactions up the fucking wazoo.
We definitely will be seeing Marvel and Star Wars characters in this game, no doubt. It will definitely be in there.
Speaking of Star Wars, Force Unleashed is coming to the Switch, and my reaction was, about time we're getting PS3 360 ports.
and then you took a better look at it. It's the Switch. It's the Wii version.
Well, it's still I think what they're doing is they're putting in the motion shit from the Wii into the 360 version. So
yeah, because I'm looking at this going, oh, it's like wow. I think they're bringing it. And then I saw some of the things. I'm going, oh.
Well, I mean, they had to justify Skyward Sword somehow, so you know.
Yeah, but they couldn't put in the good versions in this. Like, why? Give us.
Well, I mean, that could it
good version. What good version are you talking about?
The good version that doesn't exist.
The not Wii version. But here's the thing that also I'm saying is
I'm going to delete this, magnetize the hard drive, and just have a copy.
He's like, no, wrong.
But here's the thing, though. I'm taking off a bit of a tangent, but this is something to ask about because this is coming out. Does this mean that we might be getting Force Unleashed on the current consoles?
I don't know, but I mean, KOTOR is.
Yes.
So Aspires apparently has this big hard on for old Star Wars games, putting them on current shit. So
I wouldn't be surprised if we might get an announcement that Force Unleashed 1 and 2.
We could get a 2 on the Switch, and 1 and 2 are possibly headed on other consoles. I'm sure 1 is on other consoles also.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised by this announcement. So this kind of brings in that question of, is it going to come in and we see it as going, yeah, it's probably going to happen. We just got to wait for them to put out the announcement. So it's just something that we more likely will see happen. Anyways, just seeing this game on here feels like, oh, this is a very interesting idea. They're doing this, so I'm fine with this.
Except for Kazi, who seems to think that there is no good version of Force Unleashed, which I don't know. I've never played it, so.
Give you one thing. I only ask one thing.
It's Star Wars Jedi bullshit.
Yes, but also I ask for this. Give me Republic Commando, and I'll be happy.
Republic Commando's already on the Switch. You kind of missed that one. You kind of late to that part.
Kind of on that one.
gotta remember, I do get help.
True.
Reid says, "Hey, Bright Eyes, look at the store again."
Yes. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. Speaking of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 ports, Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection is coming out. I am sure this is going to be a fucking download, even with the physical edition, because Ubisoft is going to be stupid.
Yes, this is definitely one that's really like, get this game. Here's the download code.
Fuck you. It is running at 30 FPS, but I'm not complaining. I will complain about the controls though, because I always complain about the controls. And that's coming out actually in a week.
Which is very surprising. I forgot, just a quick tangent. Did the original Assassin's Creed come out on Switch yet? Or is it just
the original Assassin's Creed has not been ported to any system. No one has gone back to Altair.
Even the PSP game, which I'm kind of surprised by.
Well, the PSP game was more of a sequel-ish Assassin's Creed.
It's almost kind of like a tie-in, if you want to really put it that way.
Yeah, but pretty much when people think of the beginnings, the real beginnings of when Assassin's Creed really took off, it was never the first game. It was always Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, that's the reason why they expanded that collection so much.
Yeah, I mean, I have it on PS4. It's a fine collection. I mean,
yeah,
I have no problems with the existence of Ascreed 2, Ascreed Pro, and Ascreed Rev. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but
I have no problem with it all.
But I know what we're going to be getting in here. So unless Ubisoft has decided to spend the big monies, as Danhausen would say, on 32 gigabyte cartridges, I fully expect this to be a partial, or not a full, download code for the physical version of the game.
I would not be surprised with this at all if they did. And really, that's all I can say about that. Next game.
Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, it's an SD Gundam game. SD Gundam. That's all I had.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where the fans are for SD Gundam, but I just don't know. I mean, but it is. Is it a Muso game again?
I think it's another Muso, but I couldn't tell because I was just like, what? All right.
Could be an arena fighter.
Could be arena fighter. Oh, something happened. Say that again,
like
Kazi?
one of their Gundam Muso games.
Yeah, you're hitting dead zones again, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, it does. The thing is, when I first saw it, it definitely looked like a Muso.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining about that. I mean, they're going with SD Gundam, which is a totally different universe in general, so it's basically a catch-all of all the Gundam series. So I'm like, okay, go with that. Have fun.
There you go. That's fun with it.
It's a catch-all series to begin with, so why not?
And now we are back to all those ports. Chrono Cross on Switch.
Well, I told Kazi earlier.
I'm in the garage. Never mind me.
You're in the garage. Okay. Yeah. Chrono Cross on Switch. Holy shit.
Here's the thing though. For months, there was speculation that when they saw this, that like the rumor was going crazy that this was going to be a remake.
I'm so glad it's a remaster. I'm so glad it's a remaster. You know why? Because it's going to piss off all the people that wanted a remake.
Yeah.
That's evil.
It still has the slowdown.
The game did not need a remake. The remaster is completely fine. This game is already big enough as it.
Yes.
Exactly, and it still has the slowdown.
Tell the people who are begging for a remaster.
Well, remaster is fine. It's a full remake that we're talking. Like the Final Fantasy VII remake versus Final Fantasy VIII remaster. You catch what I'm saying? Catch what I'm saying here? So in other words, what's probably happened is either they found the source code and actually decided to clean it up, or they didn't find the source code and they had to hire people to remake it rebuild it from the ground up.
Well, that's the thing though, it has the same slowdown. If you see what they had the same kind of slowdown in certain spots there. So they
found the source code, is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Yes.
However, I did have a question, and yes, Enforcer, I did have a question about it, but they answered it in the same thing. I asked, would it include the Satellaview thing? The answer is yes. Holy crap, they put it in. Radical Dreamers is in with this thing. It's a
interesting thing, which I'm very glad for.
I mean, it's good for video game preservation. It is a text adventure, which will piss some people off, but
because now they have to actually read.
Yeah, but Radical Dreamers kinda sorta links-ish, sort of, kind of, not really, maybe, I'm not sure. Chrono Trigger with Chrono Cross. So
yeah, it's definitely one of those. But the one thing I'm actually also curious about, and this also goes back to the Force Unleashed, is this also just exclusive to the Switch, or is this also a multi-platform?
I don't know. That's
I get Square Enix itself.
Square Enix. If it's a Square Enix thing, unless Nintendo spent a ton of money, because remember, Chrono Cross was never attached to Nintendo.
No, it wasn't. It was an exclusive for the PlayStation.
For the PlayStation, right. Excuse me. And while there is a Nintendo element to it with the Radical Dreamers from the Satellaview, Chrono Cross itself is really synonymous with Sony. So I would not be surprised to see this. I still want a physical edition of this. I don't think we're going to get it, but I really hope for a physical edition for it. But then again, we didn't get a physical edition of fucking Legend of Mana either. So now let me be more specific. The United States did not get a physical edition of it. Japan and Asian territories did, but we did not.
Who knows? Maybe 30 years we could get physical edition.
Yeah, because this is how we are.
Yep.
I get why, I get why because it's very niche for us here in the West. So I get why they're probably more likely just going to make it like that, but see what happens.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Limited Run gets a partnership with Square Enix. I really do, because I would be buying all their shit up in a heartbeat.
Same here. All right, so
quick question, yeah.
Did I say when is this coming out?
April 7th.
Okay, so just in a few months. Okay.
April 7th, yeah. Mm-hmm. And now for something completely different. Okay, here's Kirby post-apocalypse version. And he eats the dogs. And the car.
He becomes the car.
Oh, this is a problem. Why are the bad guys cute dogs? Mouthful mode? Oh dear. So so just eat everything is what it's saying. Just eat everything.
Yes,
just eat everything.
Nintendo even called him the pink puffball officially, so I'm kind of going, they know he's a pink puffball, and he's the most overpowered character of Nintendo.
Character in Nintendo's library of mine in video game history.
And also the fact is, he now turns into code. This basically makes it so I could officially put in the line, from red versus blue, whenever I get attacked, I'll be like, protect me, Cone! I can officially say that.
Car B, Cone B, Vend B, Elevator B.
I'm sorry, when I saw a vending machine, I was like, wait, what? And then I thought,
Just be glad it's a proper vending machine and not one of those crazy ones, apparently, that are still in Japan.
Yes, it's more of an American style.
Yes, otherwise, Kirby 4 mode. Oh god!
Can you hear me fine?
You're a little muffled, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Kirby 4 mode.
Quebec, Quebecer, I hate you so much right now for that. But here's the thing though, Kirby himself is basically in that category already, so a lot of fan art's already there. But then of course, I remember something from Adam Sessler talking about from last episode of X-Play, which is says, what is under Kirby's shoes? And then I remember all the fan art of that one.
Fan art of showing the big feet and all that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going, stop. I just don't want to think about anything more like that, because now that I see Kirby with doing this, I now think all the fan art that's going to come out with him without his shoes on. Oh, this is going to be terrifying.
This is going to be terrifying. Yes, yes. Also, upgradable power-ups. Kirby 64 returns. Although the upgradable power-ups, you power up in the shop as opposed to swallowing things twice. That just sounds so wrong now. Oh God!
Wait, what's this?
What has Garfield done to what has Garfield done to Kirby? What has the internet done to Garfield that has done to Kirby?
Oh my gosh.
I think the better question is what it hasn't done.
True.
The forgiveness of John.
Then of course I remember something
Oh,
else.
this is Andrew Dickman's thing. Oh gosh, no, it's still hilarious, but it still falls under what has the internet done to Garfield. But in this case,
yes. I will say this. They're doing a city building mode, or basically a rebuilding mode, which almost kind of reminds me a little bit of. There's a few games that have done this. Like I know Breath of Fire has this, to where like you rebuild like the fairy world. So I'm thinking it's the same kind of thing. They're rebuilding that world.
Same thing in Final Fantasy 14.
14. It's more about like you find things, you can do stuff like spend points and like.
oh yeah, the Waddle Dee Town mode. That's right. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm it's kind of a unique spin on it, but this is also real interesting to think this is actually an open world Kirby. And also, slight tangent, we're getting an open world Sonic, and I'm kind of going, oh.
We already had an open world Sonic, and we've already seen somebody complete it again.
Which one was this?
Something involving a year. I know it's not quite open world, but you know what I mean.
Yes, but this one's kind of interesting, the fact that this Kirby is being a more open world and also town rebuilding. So it's an interesting concept, that in general. Well, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, well, like I say, this is a real 3D adventure for Kirby, a real 3D.
Yeah, like a real proper 3D adventure, which is I am actually kind of interested to see what people think about it.
Yeah. I agree.
So yeah.
Well, also remember, it's also one of the first 3D Kirby's.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, we've had Kirby done in 3D before, but we've never had Kirby in a 3D adventure a la Super Mario Odyssey, a la Zelda.
And like Mario 64 kind of thing. We haven't had that.
You know how I feel about Mario 64. That's why I brought up Odyssey.
Because
Kirby's air ride. Fuck you.
Oh god. But honestly saying this Kirby looks real good. Again, the graphics may not seem like super detailed, but what Kirby is,
it doesn't need to be. Absolutely.
It has to be fun. That's what everyone wants.
This could be real fun.
Alright, so what was the next one on the docket?
The next one on the docket. Okay, we have more Switch headlines. The show is going to Switch. Sony is on Switch.
Yeah, this is a very
PlayStation Studios. Now, this was something argued with Major League Baseball at the time, that they wanted to expand more, and so that was kind of the agreement at that point. And it kind of fits in with Sony's MO now about being a little more open to other things, stuff going on PC, for instance. But MLB, since there really is no big baseball game from anybody else, it's good to go multi-platform with something like this, because really with EA trying to get the stranglehold on all the sports, Sony's been really one of the big holdouts of making sure that they're the ones that produce the realistic baseball game with the realistic players, etc. Otherwise EA would have everything.
Yes, but
and we will be screwed if you want a good baseball game.
Yeah, but also here's the weird part, is that I can't think of any other studio that would be willing to make a baseball game besides Sony at all right now.
Well, they're the most invested.
Yeah, so I honestly feel like for Sony just to have the license to have this, and they're willing to actually not keep it on their platform and actually put it all over, I think this is a good move Sony kind of thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like this is actually something. Also, I get a strange feeling. This is also Sony wanting to have a studio dedicated to working with the other platforms. Probably just to get a feel of how it would work if they were to actually ever do other things. I mean, not to say like a lot of games on there, but possibly might try to work something out. Nothing like too crazy, but maybe you might see something. So I want
yes, I am aware the show was on Xbox last year. I'm just saying that the more multi-platform the games get, the more audience opens up, particularly for Major League Baseball, the better.
Exactly.
And it's been 5 years. I think Nintendo has kind of proven they have a viable platform.
Yeah, I think again, this is also probably a long game for Sony to probably just see what the other platforms are like, so that way they can feel like, what can they do with other games to be on that platform in general?
Right.
So like one of the next games we're discussing soon.
Yeah. So again, this is possibly something that we might see more of. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe like something like Journey maybe shows up on Nintendo Switch.
And Journey would be a hell of a game to show up on Switch. That would be
it would definitely be a game. I feel like again, they have the games on there. Maybe they're just giving a test on it by doing an MLB show.
Right, so, and the big thing is there's not only cross-play, there's cross-progression.
Exactly. So this might be something that we'll see. That this is definitely Sony playing the long ball of it. So
yeah.
So I definitely see this as a positive. Some people think, oh, it's MLB The Show. It's the only MLB game, but honestly, it's one of the good ones. So,
well, it's the only good one, but it's actually a good baseball game.
Exactly.
You know,
so
for people that like baseball games.
Yeah. So I honestly feel like just go with it, and you might see some more games that might show up on there. So yeah. So
we're just not going to get God of War on the Switch anytime soon.
I mean, maybe the original collection.
That would be hilarious if they decided to put the original God of War games. Not the original. Yeah, yes, God of War through God of War 3. Holy shit. The PSP games actually run normally now, you know. Oh, God.
Oh, man, that would just be funny.
Well, unfortunately, we have to go from a good note to a bad note. More collections, and this is where we were talking about that streaming thing, because the games go from like 4 to like 13.
Yes.
Because Kingdom Hearts comes out tomorrow, and
all the collection. We're talking,
and everybody gets to turn into a boat.
Look,
Kingdom
all I'm
Hearts
gonna
1,
say
2,
is,
and
are
3.
they still trying to recoup all the costs? Is that what this is?
What, say again?
Are they just trying to recoup all of their costs? I mean, is this what it is? Is this what it's coming down to?
Maybe because we aren't even getting physical or digital downloads of this. It's all fucking streaming cloud shit.
Oh yeah, we will put this product out to as many people as we can, with us using very little money to do it, just so we can try to make some money off of it.
What is the reason for Square not to put this as a collection? Listen,
I don't know. It worked for Rockstar.
Because.
Here's my thing though. The other games, like they're in like handheld port. Like if they did just like the first collection, the main game, Kingdom Hearts 1, put that as a cartridge, and the other two as download codes. I could see it as maybe saving space. It would have worked a little bit better. And the same thing for 2. Maybe 2.8. Maybe.
Well, people would have bought them.
Yeah,
people would have bought them. You know, it's like the reason why I didn't get Legacy Collection or X Collection in terms of the Mega Man game, because they didn't put out the entire collection on the cartridges. Which is really stupid in my opinion. So, you know, like when Rockstar did don't worry, Enforcer, everybody's confused by the numbering system in Kingdom Hearts. It doesn't matter what you think about. All you have to know is that there is a giant anime showdown. I have to quote Barry on this one.
Also,
Sora believes in himself, bad guy turns into a boat, and the player presses X a lot.
Also, I will just say, just as an aside, Adam Sessler has finally put out his review of the One Requested.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not looking forward to watching it.
Let's just say it is glorious.
Was there much screaming to be had?
Much screaming, much comedy. This was basically a show.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yes,
good. I'm glad he and I agree on something. I mean, he and I kind of agree on a lot of things, but it's nice to know that at least with this we agree also.
So let me just say this: you will love what he said.
Oh,
That's
good.
all I have to say.
Oh, good.
Because I know what the score is. Once you hear it, you will be just as satisfied.
Does Adam Sessler turn into a boat?
No.
Damn.
Actually, I only saw like a first few parts of it because I kind of wanted to be like, I want to wait.
Because you have to understand, turning into a boat is a thing in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, I've heard about that. But anyway, this is.
So it's out tomorrow, but let's go on to a better collection. Even though I've never played either of these games, Klonoa is getting a connection. Is getting a connection is what it's doing. Collection. Klonoa is getting a collection. Namco's finally dipping into their stuff now. Their stuff is the Klonoa games are supposed to be pretty good. So
yeah, and the fact is, it's not the 2D style like it was in the originals, but it's more 3D style, which is basically not. It's just more of a remake of the games. But I look at this and I think, yeah, this collection fits on the Switch. Like this collection, fits perfectly for the Switch. Like, this is the platform that it should be on. And some people think, why should it be on the Switch? Well, everything about it just feels like it's made for it. Like everything just feels like this is where the platform should be. Yes, it was on PlayStation, but because of how the platform is right now on Sony, and ever since 2, yeah, ever since PlayStation 2, it's kind of gone the way it has. So seeing Klonoa on the Switch feels like, here it is, everyone's happy, this is your home.
Yeah. I can't plan. We've gone backwards a bit. Is turning into a boat some kind of kink? I don't know, and I wouldn't be surprised. Klonoa was on Wii, so that's not a big surprise. I agree, but at the same time, Klonoa was on the Wii. I think Klonoa 2 was on the Wii.
I just remember it now, but still. It's mostly known as a PlayStation title.
Yeah, originally it was a PlayStation title. That's how I remember it, so I don't even remember if it was. I didn't even know it was on, or maybe I did.
Yeah, I remember Klonoa 2 being on. We already discussed New Curvo. Everything is right and wrong with that game. It'll be interesting. Speaking of oh no, Portal is on Switch.
The first Valve game I think that's ever been on a Nintendo console.
Valve is officially everywhere now.
No, Valve is officially alive.
Well, that's why I'm like Valve is officially everywhere because everybody. The joke there is because the Steam Deck stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Valve is officially everywhere.
Yeah, which is really interesting, and honestly, this feels like it I think it'll work for the Switch.
Well, I mean, once again, we've gone into the realm of PS3, Xbox 360 ports.
True. This is very true.
With Portal 2.
Yeah, and the one interesting factor is that when I saw this video, again, it could be just a video, but you think this actually was running at 30 or 60?
I think it'll run 30. I think the first game should be easily able to run at 60, but
yeah, I agree.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
And honestly, Portal 2 really isn't that graphically intense.
No, it isn't. It's just a slightly updated version of Portal, but.
Well, I mean, it is going to a different engine, you know, but yeah, no,
an updated engine.
Yeah.
So I'm actually very happy to see this on there because I mean some people like the voice here and they even put it in these other. Do you find out the Cakes Alliance going from?
Yeah, of course they're gonna play the meme. I mean, it's a 10-year-old meme. Of course.
Yeah, so I'm actually glad that this is on there. Could we possibly might get the other Valve games on there?
No, I don't think we're gonna get Half-Life on there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're never gonna see Team Fortress on.
Oh no. Gosh, Team Fortress. Oh gosh, Team Fortress. That's just good. I'm surprised that game's still going. Like, you know, with like the fans doing a lot of stuff on that. But that's how they hear it there right now. So glad to see Portal on Nintendo, the first Final game on Nintendo. So
no Left 4 Rage on Switch. No, you'd have to do Back 4 Blood at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I kind of doubt they are at this point right now, so it's a bit too late.
And now we go back to the ports again, and wow, we've gone deep in Square library for this one. And now it finally gives me a chance to finally figure out how the fuck to pronounce this thing. Live Alive gets the HD 2D treatment. That's a Super Famicom game, folks.
Yeah, I look at that, I'm just going, they basically took the Octopath engine and put it with this game.
Well, they're taking the Octopath engine and putting it in everything. They've been doing this for a while. Because what they're calling HD 2D is something that is not new to me, and the reason why isn't just because I've seen it in Bravely Default, and I've seen it in Octopath, and we're seeing it in Triangle. There's one other big franchise that's getting that.
Which one?
Dragon Quest.
Oh, right! Yeah. Dragon Quest is getting that.
Dragon Quest 3 is getting the HD 2D treatment, so I'm not surprised that they're using this kind of stuff on other things. And if they can use it on titles that we have never seen outside of Japan, all the more for it. This is going to be another one of those digital titles. I don't see this making a physical, but I would love to see a physical edition of it.
I feel like it might be, but I feel like it might be a low run, not limited run, but.
Well, again, again, I would have to say, like if I saw that game on physically, I'd have to get it now, because much like my issues with Ys 8, it's going to run out and I won't be able to find it easily. Same thing with Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, though, that we were talking about with other games that might be doing this. That you talk about all the other franchises that Square's doing that's doing this. The one franchise I thought that would have been heavily hitting on this, but didn't. I mean, it is like high quality 2D sprites. The Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, they're just not this. I thought they would have gone straight to the Octopath Traveler of how they had it all set up, like with the different planes and all that. They didn't, and I'm like, why? This is
because that wasn't the focus of the Pixel remasters. And to be fair, that's probably a good thing. Because there are very few games that I feel that would take the scope of something that could make use of something like that. The closest thing that I would think that would use that, honestly, would be the Super Famicom games. And if they only did one, it would have to be 6.
Judging by the previews that they have shown ever since the delay, it looks like they might be doing that.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a Pixel remaster.
No,
that would be an HD 2D remake.
So, honestly, from just the very few we've seen for 6, I want to see if it actually is. But if it is going to be like the other ones, I think a lot of fans are going to be like a little disappointed. It's not like Octopath, which would be a very nice look for it, because it would it would be so badass looking. Even I would be straight up, okay, I'm buying that. But, again, we'll have to wait and see, but this is not what we're talking about. It's just one of those things of, I like the design they're doing with these new style of games that Square's doing, and I think this is exactly the kind of thing that, while still keeping it 2D, giving it that 3D plane is still a great option that I'm glad they're doing with it.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that engine.
Yeah, it's a very strong engine. I'm glad they're using it.
Now, I'm going to preface this part with and someone said Evo search for Eden with this engine, book it. I don't, shit. Was that even a Square game? Or no, that was an Enix game, wasn't it? So, maybe. Anyway, I have to preface this part with, one of the rumors that was going around at the time when all of a sudden this thing came up. When the idea of something like this came up, there was a rumor running around that with this Nintendo Direct, there was something that was going to work with a franchise that was widely successful for casual audiences. Now, people were only thinking as far back for a little bit, and only were thinking, well, what Nintendo thing was really was really, particularly on the Switch, was really successful with casuals. And people went, oh no, we're going to get a sequel to 1-2 Switch? Which I'm like, okay, whatever. Holy shit, Wii Sports! I mean Nintendo Switch Sports!
I still called it Wii Sports.
Who the fuck saw this coming?
I don't think anyone did.
Who the fuck saw Wii Sports, I mean Nintendo Switch Sports coming?
I was very surprised.
Admittedly, no one did.
No one
This-
did.
This game is going to sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, because of one simple word, nostalgia.
Well, no, because of one simple word, bowling.
Forgot about that. But would have the same accuracy as...
I doubt it. But they're doing, I mean, baseball's going to be in there, sports is going to be in, I know bowling's going to be in there. They've added a couple of things from Wii Sports Resort.
They're adding badminton, which is a very interesting idea.
Badminton, soccer's in there.
Also, can I say the badminton? Oh, Linus is definitely going to be buying this as practice for him.
Who is?
Linus.
Oh, and then volleyball. They're getting volleyball. There's going to be local play and online play. They have their wrist straps ready, and they have plenty of space because Koizumi has apparently showed up in a jersey.
Also have a leg strap.
Yes, the leg strap is going to be interesting. This will sell like hotcakes. Fuck the 1-2 Switch!
Yes, but also I see this, and the one thing that came to my mind, like after I was finished with this, the one thing that came to my mind after finding out Nintendo Switch Sports is going, do you think they might add more DLC?
They've already confirmed that.
And
I'll get to that in a minute. Old people will buy this in droves.
They have a Switch.
So anyway, also this is going to be hell for camera systems, for camera stream setups if they're not set up for it. So like for instance, there's one person that I know of, Kung Fu Fruit Cup. She's got it set up for her VR shit for Beat Saber and stuff. She used to do Ring Fit streams all the time. So her stuff is like set up for this kind of shit. But me sitting on my couch, that's going to be a problem.
Yep. This definitely requires a living room.
Yes, a big living room. So
or a big bedroom.
Yes, so that isn't used for a bedroom. it's just used to run around is what it's used for. So, yeah. But yeah, no, this game will print money. This game will print money. Period.
Yes, because of that name and the fact nostalgia is going to hit them hard.
Yes. So, yes, they are going to do 3 updates. They are bringing back golf. We are not getting Golf. I wish we would get Golf. I still want my NES cartridge of Golf. But yes, there is already DLC that's going to be free for the game so far, and they're basically bringing back Golf. My bet is they're going to bring back the original Wii Sports stuff to get it to par, so I'm betting tennis is going to come back also, so that makes the original and then boxing. Was boxing in there also? I don't remember if boxing was in there.
I don't remember either. It's been
boxing was in Wii Sports, but it's not in this one.
Yeah, that'll probably be an update also. So the original 5 will eventually go in there, I bet.
Now, we did talk about this, Ty and I did talk, I think Ty and I talked about this, that we're not sure if boxing would come back, simply because if there was going to be boxing, wouldn't they actually just want to do a Punch-Out instead?
No, because Punch-Out is not a boxing game. Punch-Out is a puzzle game disguised as a boxing game.
That is true.
That is true.
Also, I did see your thing on that. They wouldn't put Mike Tyson in there. They put Mr. Dream in there. Or Donkey Kong or Cranky Kong Super Saiyan style or something like that.
Even Mike Tyson gives him permission this time.
If they got Mike Tyson's permission, that would be different. I mean, he has finally played Punch-Out. So tennis is already in Switch Sports, like tennis, not badminton, but tennis.
It is.
I didn't see it. Okay, so the only thing that's missing is boxing. So
do you think we might see Wii Sports Resort to Wii Sports Resort games show up in there?
Oh sure, absolutely.
But as a paid DLC or as
It's going to depend. It's going to. I think that would be paid DLC because you need to get the original 5 in there just so that way people kind of remember that because those are going to be the favorites. But like I said, golf wasn't in there. I'm surprised that wasn't a shoo-in.
Well, they got Mario Golf. So that's the reason probably why they.
Well, true, but Mario Golf and Wii Sports Golf are two very different things.
Yeah,
so,
I think you keep forgetting because it's actually more of a motion, not like. But again, it's also another thing that comes back to me is like, why didn't they put Mario Golf on the Wii? Easy, they could have done the same thing. And yet, here's the new Mario Golf, and they didn't really do it. It's more button based.
Right. So you know, so there is going to be local and online play. There will be an online test happening between the 18th and 20th of this month. So everybody get on there and flood their servers so that way you can tell them their servers suck and to quadruple the size. I said triple in my notes. It should be quadruple their shit. Quadruple their fucking shit.
Because their servers in general.
Yeah, that's why I said quadruple their shit.
No lag. That's all we want. Just no lag.
Yeah, that's why I said quadruple their shit.
I'm glad for this. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about that, and that comes out April 29th. More shit for me to buy.
Thank you, Nintendo, for keeping this under wraps. That's all I have to say. A lot of these
Nintendo has done. Nintendo's. They're not. That's not the only thing they've kept under wraps. More headlines. A new Taiko no Tatsujin game is coming out. Oh no, they got it fucking auto-corrected me. I said Undertale music and it said Undertake music for some bizarre reason.
If you said
all it needs is an R in there and I'd be like, oh shit, they're gonna put in Limp Bizkit in this thing? No.
And then all of a sudden you hear the dong and it's like I'm going, oh no.
Yes, someone put Cone B as their VLC. My God.
Actually, that was actually out almost immediately. As soon as
Oh yeah. No, I totally saw that one coming. You can't escape me. You can't escape Megalovania. This made me giggle. Also, you know what that also reminds me of?
What?
What if Majima were underneath that cone?
Oh gosh.
Majima really is everywhere.
Oh gosh.
Anyway.
He's taking over the world.
Yes. Also, as an aside that has nothing to do with all this, there is initial GameCube support for the RetroNats arriving soon, so that's good news for us.
Ooh.
For those of us that have the broadband adapter, or maybe they will start making third-party broadband adapters for the GameCube. I have RetroNAS's network chip, so it kind of has to be.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so I went, oh shit, they got Undertale music. Those super drums in Japan will sell like hotcakes again, the ones that are like $300.
Yep.
It launches this year, but there's a paid subscription service? The hell?
It's nice to be appreciated.
Yeah, there's apparently going to be a paid subscription service for this new Taiko no Tatsujin game. So I have no idea.
That is very interesting. I mean, I'm not complaining, just more like, alright.
Well, then they talk about triangle strategy, which we already know enough about that. They talk about Cuphead for a little bit with their new DLC, which comes out June 30th.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, Metroid Dread is getting an update.
It's not Dread mode. This is pure nightmare mode.
Which is out later today. 2 difficulty modes. Their Dread mode is really a one-hit wonder mode because you wonder what happens that you got hit by and then go, fuck!
I'm going to see so many death counters that are going to show up on screens.
Oh yeah.
Oats and Goats and fucking Zost and all of them, they're going to be dying.
This is now literally going to be the no. This is definitely. This is going to
be no hit any percent.
Like if it was for New World right now, I'm pretty sure Twitch right now will be filled with Metroid Dread trying to finish off the one-hit kill mode.
Could you imagine Gerard trying to do this?
No.
Gerard would be like,
but you know what?
No.
And you know what? Going in the opposite direction, they are adding a rookie mode. So that way you don't get, when you do get hit, it doesn't hurt as much. And I know why they did that. I think it's a good thing. So
Yes,
they're getting more people into the game that way. And then if you really want to be a masochist and tear your hair out, you've got the dread mode that no one will really touch except for Oats and Goats and Zoast and all of them because they're masochists.
Yes, but also here's the funny part. I see this dread mode.
I have
and
terrible.
The one thing that really has me going is not to say they should put it in there. Interesting. The same kind of mode this kind of thing they would put in if they put it in.
This isn't really a Dark Souls kind of game, though. Plus, there already is, in a way, in certain parts, already a one-hit mode with the Emmy parts.
True, but I'm talking like in general.
Yeah, I know, but Dark Souls did not have a one-hit kill mode.
Yeah, but it would be interesting. But most people do like a one-hit thing, so that way they do get hit, they have to basically restart.
Yeah. Well, that's
it's kind of already built into the advantage.
Again, people are masochists.
Yeah. But I'm actually kind of glad they have this sort of thing. I think it was a good idea to put an extreme mode on there because it was basically necessary just to see that can you do this and finish the game either 80%, 100%, and possibly even speedrun. Oh gosh, speedrunners are gonna be hating this one.
Oh sure. No, but it adds longevity to the game, and guess what? They're at around 2.5 million. They're at 2.8 million, I think, copies. 2.84 million, because it surpassed the highest selling Metroid ever made right now. So Metroid Dread is almost at 3 million, and you know what that means?
What?
Sequel.
No, it means RGT85 is going to have to play Balan Wonderworld.
Oh, that's evil! Why?
We want more longevity for Dread, so that way more people buy the game, so that way RGT85 can play that fucking game!
Do you want him to suffer?
Yes! Yes!
I'm still quite impressed if what you call it actually made Sonic the Hedgehog.
Alright,
and now we go from a good thing to possibly a bad thing, depending on how you feel. We had a Nintendo Switch Online announcement. And all the Earthbound junkies jizz all at once. Oh, I forgot to mention Boss Rush mode on that's right, Boss Rush and Metroid Dread. Yes, that's a good thing.
That I'm actually okay with.
All the Earthbound junkies jizz all at once.
Yeah,
Earthbound.
Thing, though, they may have, but then of course they did something that very, very happy to see.
Well.
That actually didn't.
Not only is it Earthbound, we are also getting Earthbound Beginnings.
But then, of course, it went and stopped.
And stopped. And you know what that means?
They got
you know what that means? No, you know what that means?
No Earthbound 2 yet?
Oh, you know what that means?
What?
Mother 3 to AEW confirmed. And there's the Wrestle Talk joke, folks!
We did forget about wrestling, even though we didn't talk about wrestling.
Mother 3.
Even though we didn't talk about wrestling anymore.
No,
but it's worth. It was worth it just for that.
Oh boy.
And like I said, my biggest thing when they announced that, I was going, oh no. Then when they stopped, I was going, they got blue balled. Sorry fans, you got blue balled and you're not getting Mother 3.
Your eyes did widen when you saw Something Bound. Oh gosh, Something Bound. Well, if they added and gag to that might be a problem anyway. But yeah, so Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings.
Here's an evil idea. Have Mother 3 be a Wii Switch extended. Wii Switch extended version.
Well, all you'd have to do is put the GBA stuff in the NSO expansion pack thing.
Oh, that would make fans so.
That'll also be completely evil, but it makes sense.
Or no. Let's make it really evil. Let's make this really evil. And yes, the Earthbound games have been released today. So, but let's make this really evil. The GBA stuff is playable on the regular side. But the only way to access Mother 3 is to spend the extra $30.
The expansion pass!
For the expansion pass, yes. You get the full library of GBA games. But Mother 3 will just sit there just to taunt you. Just to taunt you.
Like, cause they don't like you.
They would get a whole lot of subscriptions because of that. Trust me.
Oh, they would. They would.
A whole lot of hate will behind it.
There would be a whole lot of middle fingers.
But a whole lot
and they would all be reluctant as they hand out the cash to Shuntaro Furukawa.
And how much money is it? How much money is the entirety of the online pass with Nintendo service?
About $40 to $50.
It's $50 It's $50 for the single, $80 for the family. So if you're on a family pass and you have 7 other people on that account, everybody's pitching in, it's not so bad because that ends up being what $10, per, a little over 10 something per person, something like that.
The expansion pass doesn't count towards the family. Is that right?
No, there are 2. Remember, there's the single person and then there's the family plan. Okay, both regular and expansion pack plans have single and family plan prices. So for instance, Kazi, I believe, is on the family plan, but I don't remember if he's going for the expansion pass. You'd have to confirm that. But I know of a few people that are doing family plans for the expansion pass and for the expansion pack, and it works out because they have more than 2 people on there, because $40 per person, not really good. When you get to $20 per person, okay, now we're starting to talk. And if you have, $10 per person, okay, now we're really talking. So that's kind of the thing there, which will piss some people off. But again, that's me being evil. People would so buy that.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
Exactly.
Exactly.
How long have we been saying it?
How long
have we been saying, no, it's not one Switch per household, it's one Switch per person.
Mm-hmm.
How long have we been saying it, Will?
Oh, too many times.
Ever since it came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
All you have to do is look at, who's actually leading the gaming market? Apple. Who's behind them? Nintendo.
Alright, so after we got done with blue balling the Earthbound fans without having 3 come out again?
Without having 3 coming out and therefore going to AEW confirmed. Then we get some more stuff. Zombie Army 4. Getsu Fumiden comes out later today. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm hoping that there will be a physical edition of that from Limited Run. I mean, we've already gotten Castlevania Anniversary Collection and, the Curse of the Moon stuff. And we're getting the Castlevania Requiem stuff through Limited Run as well. So I would love to see Getsu Fumiden show up in Limited Runs.
Hey, we both got Mega Man, the Wily Wars for Limited Run, so yeah.
Yes, but no, I got mine from Castlevania.
Oh, I got mine from Limited Run.
Yes, you did. Yeah, and remember, that's not really through. That's a distributed title. And so you'll notice on the back of the case it talks about Retrobit. Limited Run is not the publisher; they're the distributor. So for me, when I decided to order Wily Wars, I was like, I ordered so much through fucking Limited Run. Let's try somewhere else and see what happens. But it turned out everything was kind of the same. Because did you look at the cartridge already? Is yours like the sparkly blue?
I didn't look at it yet.
Okay. So, yeah, my cartridge is sparkly blue, so I'm like, okay. I don't remember if they did different color cartridges for different ones, because that's the reason why my Metal Storm, having to point to it terribly, my Metal Storm is from Limited Run because it had a silver cartridge.
I got collector's cartridge, which means the cartridge, the cards, the
Yeah, we both got the same set.
Oh.
We both got the same set. It's just a matter of whether or not the cartridge that you got itself is a different color. That's all. That's all. But I got everything you did. I got everything you did. The collector's cards, the certificate, the sticker book, the instruction booklet, the lenticular covers for the big box, all that. Oh yeah. That's all.
So back to Nintendo Direct.
So back to Nintendo video games. There's a Demon Slayer game coming June 10th. There's a game called Lego Brawls coming. I think it said June 20th, but I don't know what it is. Yours is supposed to come tomorrow. I've written what the stuff is. And 2 Point Campus coming May 17th, and apparently that's a big title for Sega. And then they announced Mario Kart. Now let me preface something. And I had a Mario Kart announcement. Now let me preface with something. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the biggest selling game so far, as I can tell, on Nintendo Switch. There are games that have come close, but nothing's been able to topple nothing's been able to top the Wii U port. Ever. We've come close. We've come close with Animal Crossing. But Mario Kart is still king. And my F-Zero's dreams keep getting crushed. Yes, I know. Same with me. Chrono Cross will officially release on PS4, PS5, all the Xboxes, Windows Store, and Steam, as well as Switch.
So I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah, really.
Oh, so sorry. I had to take a...
Take a leak. Yeah, no, I get you. So, and it's still selling like hotcakes. So there is really no reason for them to make a Mario Kart 9.
No, but the fact is that 42 courses.
Well, let's get there. First of all, it's 48 courses, I think. Secondly, they finally decided to jump on the DLC train with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And for once, I'm kind of interested in it. They're doing a booster course pass, which will have a 2-year lifespan. So they're doing kind of the same thing that they did with Smash. Except instead of dividing it up, it's a 2-year support thing, kind of similar with what they're doing with Animal Crossing right now. This is about 48 courses that they're remastering from every walk of life, including Mario Kart Tour, of all places, which I'm actually excited about, because it means we'll finally get some proper Mario Kart racing with those particular courses. Choco Mountain returns, which means will the speedrunning tricks work? Can we get 3 Weather Tankos?
We will see about that.
Will we get 3 Weather Tankos?
How cheap can we be?
Exactly, dude. People so want to break Mario Kart. So
what else? It's their hobby.
Yeah, exactly. So it's $25 for the whole set.
And it's a full set.
It's the whole set. It's not just...
Yeah, for the full set. Yeah. It's not for just wave 1. $25 gets you waves 1 through 6. That's why I say it's...
All right, that's better.
Okay. Or you can spend money on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, and you will get it for free.
I think I'd rather just pay for the whole thing up front.
I'd rather pay for it up front myself.
Thing, yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, because here's the thing though, what if it, like, you stop doing the expansion pass and you don't get the rest?
Exactly.
So, yeah, just pay it up front.
Yeah, I'd just rather just pay for it.
Just pay it up front.
Yeah.
Just pay for it up front, it'll all be good.
I forgot, when did they say this first pass is coming?
I forgot to write the date down, but it should be coming pretty soon.
I think they said March.
Yeah, so that would be pretty soon.
I think March is probably a good time to start, but you have to wonder what courses they're going to bring out. But this is all the courses from Mario Kart.
They showed a few courses already on the thing. That's why I found it interesting that they were including a course from Mario Kart Tour.
So I definitely think the first pass is definitely going to be like a taste of what all the other courses might see. But the question is going to have the biggest one is, will the fan favorites be?
Guys, kill the fair.
We will see. We will see indeed.
And will there be one that's just all the rainbow roads?
Oh jeez.
Oh god! All the rainbow
Wave
roads
6 will be. That's what Wave 6 will be. All the rainbow roads.
In one track.
Yeah. No. It won't be one track. You have to have all the separate ones. So like because give me Wario Stadium, you cowards. but yeah, Rainbow Road, that'll be like Wave 6, and because I think 2 of the Rainbow Roads are already. I mean, yeah, Mario Kart 8 has its own Rainbow Road, but I think one of the other Rainbow Roads is already in there. Didn't they remake one of the Rainbow Roads already for 8 Deluxe or something like that?
I think they did already. I don't know which one.
I think it's the N64 version.
The 64 one, yeah.
Surprise, the one, the broken one.
Yeah.
The one thing that actually comes to mind is, what if these packs are, instead of just like, all sets, what if they're actually like what if each pack comes with the Rainbow Road?
That would be interesting too.
That would be almost like a pack you would get from, like, I guess we're going to put it like a Pokemon card set, where like you get one set that is a rainbow, like you get one card that is Rainbow
That is a Rainbow Road, but which one is it?
Yeah, that's the thing though. That would actually, I think, that would be a very good way of putting it out there, because that way it gets people to kind of like, oh man, I want this. Yeah,
that would be fun. That would be fun. That would be fun.
I hope they do something like that, because that way it doesn't like make it like it's not the same kind of tracks, but you're getting like a variety from all of them. So that way you're kind of like, okay, so I know which cup this is gonna be in, like, for which one, but which one are I gonna get in this pack specifically? So I really hope they actually like switch it up and actually see something fun.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then we finally come to the last segment. And my first reaction was, oh, it's anime with an English accent. It'll be Xenoblade something.
I was thinking, just by looking at it, I was going...
I thought it was going to be X. I thought it was
Same here. Same here, with the giant mech they had going on. I'm like, this, it looked like a mech. I was thinking, this has to be X. I haven't played it yet. It's like half box.
I don't have X. I wish I had X. But,
I have the collection edition because I'm that kind of fan.
Yeah. What does my Yakuza 6 collector's edition come with, motherfucker? Drink. Anyway, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They're actually doing it, and it looks a lot less like 2 than. It's a lot closer to 1, in fact, in terms of style. At least in terms of when they did it for the 3DS and for the Switch, not the original version on the Wii. But still, it's a lot closer, I feel, in tone to 1 than to 2, and I think that's going to make Kazi happy, although he did have to leave probably because he had to take care of the kid. I think that was a good decision, because I think a lot more people liked 1 more than 2.
Yeah, it's also because the combat was, looking at what it has, the combat in 2 is a bit more janky than even what the first game was that was on the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like they probably got some stuff in there they probably didn't optimize well enough at the time. In Definitive Edition, Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition, that's the
remake, yes, the remaster.
Yeah, like they said, definitive version is the best way to put it, because it is definitive, because it has all the upgrades you need. The art styles are definitely updated.
Some people don't like the different art. That's just how it is.
Yes, but I feel like the improved art actually goes to the style that goes with it, because I have seen the artist's original work. Nintendo,
I want to get
you did with what Valkyria Chronicles did, and got a hair artist to do this.
That explains everything.
That explains a lot.
I found out about that from a artist Discord I'm in, and he told me that because I have the books for Valkyria Chronicles art books, he said in another culture, it's like, and it's like, you know, because they also saw my Xenoblade collection also. He said, you know about this guy? He's like, no, he showed me like a page where I can see his artwork. I'm going,
like, oh no.
Yep, I totally see why Nintendo would do this. Oh, Nintendo. I think they just know where they find artists. It's like, we don't care what your past work is, just make us some good work.
Well, as you know, as we like to say, Nintendo isn't censoring stuff so much anymore. Look at Senran Kagura.
Yep. Which is very ironic, of all things.
3, 2, 1. You know.
Yep. The weird part is that the concept of 3 was brought up after completion of the original Chronicles.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Interesting fact: the concept of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was brought up after the completion of the original Chronicles.
You mean there was different parties that were making multiple versions?
Well, since I haven't beaten the first game, I couldn't tell you. I'm sure Kazi would be able to talk my ear off about it. But I've never beaten the first Xenoblade Chronicles, so.
I'm not even. I'm like only halfway done with it. I started beating after all these years.
You got a lot farther than I did.
I tried to, but I got maybe.
It's not that I'm bored with it. It's
10
more
hours
like,
into it.
It's just more like I don't want to overdo myself with this.
I only got to the first boss and then just got bored of it, to be honest.
I love the game's combat. I love it. I'm kind of curious to see how this one turns out. Hopefully it's more similar to Definitive Edition than it was 2. Because while 2 may have had some stuff, make it more like, make some of the stuff that was good for 2 and put it with the stuff that they improved a lot of in Definitive Edition, merge them together and try out the best out.
We'll see what happens.
So, the funny part is, it's also just like with 2. They're saying like, here's when it's coming out, and I'm just kind of going, already? And I'm
well, it means. Well, first off, does it mean that they're going to re-release 2 physically? Because I still don't have 2 physically yet.
And we have
this
no
Nintendo.
idea.
Yeah, I know, but it does mean that you can get all 3. Well, not quite all the Xenoblade games, because we still would like to see X.
Even though I've actually seen plenty of interviews that said they can't do X because of one simple fact. One, the engine was different on the Wii U version, and also simply the fact that just the amount of work hours they did just for Definitive Edition was very intensive just to try to get that one going, that for them to do X would be a bit of a hassle. It almost feels like they would have to be a third party, but even they're afraid to do that because the reason why they kept it mostly in-house, because they want to make it so that it's their way they want to do it.
Right. But they're also getting a lot of funding from Nintendo at this point, so.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that they're basically almost headlining the Breath of the Wild 2, which is another thing that we'll get to.
Yeah, get him, Bob.
It's not that it was a thing on there, we're going to talk about that game. And
well, that's the thing, because that's it. Gosh, my arms look thin on the camera. I really need to go on HGH or something. Ha ha ha. I need to work out more is what I need to do. But now my arms look better now that I'm crossing. It's all about position. Position over anyway. Why don't you two talk for a bit, because I need to get some water. I am a thirsty motherfucker right now. I will be right back, and we will go on with what we're probably going to be talking about, which is mostly, since we've talked about what has showed up, what hasn't showed up.
Yes, we will keep that.
Obviously, we can think of one thing off the back.
I definitely think that we can talk a few more things that I feel like would have been talked about here, but I'm going to wait until Will gets back. The one thing that has me kind of surprised about this whole Nintendo Direct is that it did show a lot of games, but it's been the biggest problem that a lot of fans have been talking about, and this is also something that possibly is a big issue that a lot of fans are having with the Switch now. It's a port machine. to agree, they've got all these ports and all that, and I'm kind of like, I mean, yes, we had COVID, but that shouldn't be a reason not to actually put, new stuff on there. The only issue I have right now is there too many ports?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it's not wrong for ports. A lot of ports are good, but just surprising how many ports there are, to be honest.
Yeah, and then also, again, there is some remakes on there, like we are getting with Front Mission. Like, that sort of stuff, the fact that stuff that's never left Japan, that kind of stuff I'm okay with, because it's going to be something that fans are wanting to play because it's now going to be optional to play on current hardware. I'm okay with that, because that means that they're getting that audience that wants these style of games to just play more of that. I'm fine with that. And even like the remake of Advance Wars, another strategy game, this is a great thing. These are fans that have wanted to play these games, but again, it was on a platform that you try to buy these games. Fuck with that. So now that it's on here, with a fresh coat of paint and updates, it's good. But too many ports, you've really got to figure out where's the strategy at.
Too many ports.
I think they're trying to save things for E3. The big.
So to get on the port thing with you guys, this is something that I've been asking for the Wii U for ages. So, in my opinion, it's about time that Nintendo was able to play catch up with this. Okay, because there's stuff that had too many ports. The Secret to Too Many Games Expo. Yes, we'll do that. TMP. We'll book it. Trademark it. Book it. But no, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, as long as that's not the only concentration. And we're getting that. We're getting Splatoon 3. We're getting Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We're getting stuff that I'm forgetting. We're getting stuff that I'm forgetting on my phone because I can't be bothered to look at my phone for my notes for the third time in a row.
The new Kirby game.
We're getting a new Kirby game. We're getting Triangle Strategy. Well, yeah, Triangle Strategy is a Nintendo published game. We're getting Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Fates, which, is technically a sequel. We're getting Super Mario Strikers. We're getting Battle League. So I don't think that that's a valid argument here, because it was a mix of both ports and extensions of old franchises, as well as some new IPs.
Yes, but you also got to remember, for the last few years, we were mostly seeing a lot of ports.
And to me, that was fine, because Nintendo was just playing catch up. Remember, you're dealing with a system that sold 13 million systems in its lifetime, versus a system that has outsold it nearly over 7 times over in less time.
Mm-hmm. And it's even surpassed the original PlayStation right now.
And has surpassed the original PlayStation. It's going to keep going. The PlayStation 5 has outsold the Wii U already.
Yeah, and the
PlayStation 5 is limited.
But I mean, the Switch did the same thing.
Oh yeah, of course. But
the Switch did the same thing.
It's kind of a low bar. That's almost like the lowest hanging fruit you can ever have.
Right. I mean, it's like beating the PlayStation, trying to find the PlayStation 5 is trying to, it's like the new Atari system outselling the Virtual Boy. It's pretty
exactly. And plus
or anything outside the Virtual Boy.
Right.
Yes, and plus also a lot of the console makers have basically lowered their expectations simply because of the fact that they know that while they're seeing these massive sales, scalpers, that even though they're selling, they're putting out lower expectations because of what's going on. But that's not the here and there about this conversation.
Right. No, but that tells you the throughput that's going through. With that said, I think people give Nintendo a lot of shit in terms of porting stuff, because they're finally hitting the point where the ports really aren't going to work. I mean, really, the big thing out of this entire thing for us was Nintendo Switch Sports. That was out of fucking nowhere. And I love it when Nintendo does that, when you have a title that's out of nowhere that nobody asked for, that nobody wanted, and said this is gonna print fucking money.
And guess what? It's gonna.
And it's gonna print fucking money. It's gonna print fucking money. They're gonna sell another 40 million Switches.
Yeah, and
just because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the next Black Friday bundle will have Nintendo Sports Switch in it.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised to see that collection be put out there as like, if Nintendo actually made an official Switch bundle, like new packaging unboxed here, or
yeah, they've done packaging.
They've done limited editions. We're talking like built in, like the game is in the package.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8.
Again, it's been I couldn't remember if they actually did it.
They've done a few where they've done a few with games built in. With games built in, it's usually it's usually some sort of special, and it's usually a download code. But yeah, it's there. It's there.
But will this sell Switches if they actually just say, oh, it has Nintendo Switch Sports?
It'll depend on how many people buy the game separately. And the other thing about this is we don't have a price point on that game either.
What are you expecting?
I think the sweet spot, I think the max sweet spot that they should sell that for is $40.
Same here. I'm thinking 40 is fine. Going 40 strip, 60 is like
60 is really, really, really stretching it, and it's gonna be the middle finger thing that I described with Mother 3 to AEW confirmed. It's gonna be the middle finger thing if it's 60. 50's gonna be like, all right. 60's gonna be like, fuck you, I'm getting it. You know.
Yeah.
Like if they sold it for like 30. Oh, dude.
Oh, that thing would sell.
That would sell like
hotcakes.
So, price point is going to matter with this.
I forgot. Did they say when it's coming out?
April 9th.
So this is April. And more than likely it is going to be a physical game simply because it will have a leg strap.
Yes, yeah. So maybe that will justify the $60 price tag.
Maybe
50 probably. If you sell it for 40 or 30, boom, you're done.
Yeah,
you're done. Because right now the sweet spot for Ring Fit Adventure is now under $60. So,
what was that before we were watching?
The standard price for Ring Fit Adventure was $80, and that's because it came with the plastic ring.
Oh, yeah, and the straps to go, like, you know.
And the straps to go with it. But now, Ring Fit Adventure, I've seen it go as low as $55, which is under standard retail price of a standard first-party Nintendo game. So,
yeah, I mean, I could totally see that, but again, my biggest issue is that could you possibly, because Ring Fit Adventure is already out there, could you just buy the game and just use the same stuff that's on Wii Fit Adventure?
Well, I mean, there are also third-party leg straps too. So
that is true, yeah.
So yeah, okay. So right now it's going for around $70. But still, that's not bad.
No, considering that you are getting I'm not saying the price, you are getting a piece of exercise equipment that goes with it, so that justifies the price for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
now, would they ever try to make a Wii Fit edition, like we're talking about a Wii Fit board kind of thing?
I don't know.
That would just be too much on it.
I don't know.
That would just be way too much for what they would have to go with. I get what they would do for Wii Fit. Like, for Wii Fit, it was good for what it is, but I think having it now is a bit too much of an ask. I think just having just these two games, Sports and Ring Fit, would just be fine and dandy. Anything more than that, it just feels like you're going a bit much on it. At least I see with Ring Fit, it looks like something you can just use, like, detach your Joy-Con, put it on there, and you can at least try to do something. And plus, it looks like something you could just, like, hide away, and it won't actually, like, you know, be too too left out. Because most of the time I've heard people just when they had the Ring Fit, it would just be or somewhere. At least I see Ring Fit as something that would actually be something that could easily be taken out and redone.
Yeah.
Because all you do is, again, take out the Joy-Cons, put it in the ring, and then you're set. That's it.
Yeah.
So, I could definitely see them doing that, like, you know, with, if they did something, maybe even try to, would there be a sport that they could do on Wii Sport, on Nintendo Switch Sports to use a Ring Fit?
Not really. But I
Can't really think of anything either. That's my thing. I don't know if there would be a possibility. But either way, I'm glad for this.
Yeah. So
anyway,
things that were missing from this E3 that people were going to be pissed about because that's just what's going to happen.
Let's go get the big one out of the way.
Yep.
Breath of the Wild 2.
So Breath of the Wild 2, and I'm sitting here going, yeah, they'll talk about it at E3. They won't put this in the schedule for this one. No.
No. I don't think they would. Some people were thinking, could we at least get a name? No, but
they want to save it all for they want to save it all for E3.
It's like the Earthbound thing. They want all the Zelda fans to jizz all at once.
Yes, but also, didn't they actually say they wanted to avoid saying the name simply because it spoils what the game is going to be about?
Well, I mean, it's going to be like... Watch, it's going to be like Resurrection of Ganondorf or some shit like that, right? I mean, it's like, we already know he's down there!
Like, yeah, they already told us that Ganondorf is coming back.
I mean, we saw in the first trailer.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's like, what can you really show?
Now, how's it coming back? That's a question.
Yeah, the interesting part is going to be how they tell the story, not that the thing happens.
Yeah,
you know, because we didn't get Ganondorf, because that's I mean, like I say, I've always been a big fan of the Big Blue Pig. I've never been big on human form Ganon. Or highly informed Ganon, shall we say.
What the majority of the series has been.
Which is what the majority of the series has been.
When was the last picked one? I can remember is 64 is Ocarina of Time.
Four Swords Adventures had the Big Blue Pig.
No, you're not wrong. I think I remember that.
Technically, Link Between Worlds.
That's a stretch, though.
It's a stretch, but technically, I mean, like I said, that's just me. I've always been a big fan of the Big Blue Pig. And so the whole Beast Ganon thing that happened in Breath of the Wild, that was cool too. I was really pleased with that. The fact that Calamity Ganon was sort of this spectral entity now, that was really cool. So
it'll is possibly the best idea they can do.
Yeah, so it's like, I wonder if, like, so here's the thought. Here, this would be under speculation and rumor. Take this with a grain of salt. All that. What if that giant thing that was holding down Ganondorf at that point was something that was essentially trying to extract Demise out of Ganondorf?
You mean to think that form that we saw in Breath of the Wild is not actually Ganon, but just his essence?
Well, now it's. I mean, Demise is so mixed with Ganondorf that Demise is no longer Demise. He's now Ganon.
Yeah.
And so,
but what if we weren't actually fighting the real Ganon, but the real Ganon is what we saw in the first trailer for Breath of the Wild 2?
Well, that's still Ganondorf.
Yes.
That's still Ganondorf, right?
But what if we were fighting Ganon the whole time?
What if we're... Well, we fought Ganon in the first game, technically speaking. So the question is, because he keeps coming back, what if this is the actual reasoning why he keeps coming back, and they've just fucking drained his corpse?
That is Just put him in a hot spring. He'll be fine in a day or two.
Well, it took 100 years for Link to recover.
Yeah. And of course, all the fan art of like when they showed Shriveled Ganon, and then they all showed new Ganon as like this giant buff, like Ishi. I'm like going, wow.
I'll take his ass.
At least the fans are having fun with the fact that they thought, what if they hydrated Ganon and he turns out to be this like handsome, Ishi looking buff guy that's always shirtless.
Just so you know, Keith Lee just threw a man to the other side of the ring in AEW.
So that's what the big surprise was.
Yeah, that's the big surprise. Keith Lee is in AEW.
Yeah.
Well, you know it's going to be at least one of them, and NXT Fallout. I'm just surprised it wasn't all of them.
It will be. It will be. No worries.
So, besides Zelda, besides even just sort of a new name for the proper, what other games or announcements were you expecting to see at this Direct?
Expect? I never expect.
Well, I'm not saying expected, but more like what you heard could have been.
I guess Metroid Prime 4, but...
Oh yeah, a lot of people were expecting a Metroid
update.
Announcement. A Metroid announcement that was not Metroid Dread.
And some people are probably thinking that if it was Metroid Prime 4, could we at least gotten like a teaser, not just the logo, but in-game teaser. Even pre-rendered would have been fine for a lot of fans, but I think this is because a lot of the things we've been hearing what's going on in retro.
Well, that's kind of the funny part, because a lot of people that are talking about Metroid aren't really necessarily talking about Prime 4. They're talking about a remaster or a remake of Metroid Prime 1, rather than like a Metroid Prime, rather than a Metroid Prime trilogy being redone. They're talking about re-releasing like the three games separately, or at least the first game separately, or some shit like that.
And they would still sell it for $60.
Oh yeah, of course they would.
Yeah, I mean, a trilogy would have been nice that way that fans that might have missed it out on it, because again, the way Nintendo was trying to sell trilogy back on the Reid. Oh boy.
Well, I mean, I got it, so I'm happy.
So I, not the steel case, but just regular. Either way, I feel like it would have been nice just to hear some kind of update, but because again, with what we've been hearing from Retro, not a whole lot of good stuff, so who knows where it is.
Who knows what yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, maybe we might see something at E3. We hope there might be something. That's about it. I mean, we already got it.
Yeah, the big hitters are going to be at E3, and surprisingly enough, Metroid is finally a big hitter again.
Yeah, so hopefully this will sell. I wouldn't be surprised.
And to be fair, Metroid was a big hitter in name anyway, because when did it debut? It debuted at E3. Metroid Dread debuted at E3, so I get the feeling that we'll get some stuff. If anything, Metroid, if there is a Metroid Prime 1 remaster or remake,
even with the trilogy,
even with the or a Metroid Prime trilogy remaster, remake, whatever, that will be the holiday release, and then Metroid Prime 4 will be the next year, because you have to put Zelda, you have to put Breath of the Wild out this year. You have to put out Breath of the Wild 2 this year. Period.
Yeah, they even said that they're shooting for this year.
Right. So this is that's kind of where they're going with it, I think.
Yeah, they can't just. This is a big name title. I mean, they're not going to bring out another big name Mario. Where can you go from Odyssey?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's really.
And I mean, you can't really pull an Odyssey 2 because. That would be like Galaxy all over again, and I didn't like Galaxy, the idea of Galaxy 2. So
it is more. Some people thought it was really just like an expansion pack.
Well, that's because it was.
Exactly.
It was a redesigned expansion pack.
Yeah, so they can't really do an Odyssey 2 unless they actually sell as DLC, but again, 5 years.
Like, what would you add to Odyssey 2, to be honest?
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that game's done. Odyssey is done.
I mean, yeah, other than adding Luigi as a proper character, I don't think I can see him adding much.
No.
I mean, maybe just his like ability to hover, but then you got Mario's hat. That kind of does the same thing. So,
and that's if you really want to redo the Cappy thing.
I mean, they could probably do like something with 3D World like they did before, but like with Bowser's Fury. But
that's true. We do have the Bowser's Fury stuff still going. So
Victory.
They have options, but I did like what they did with Bowser's Fury in that big open world right there. What they did was this giant big thing. Even though it was kind of a mix of both 3D World and Odyssey for that thing, would they really do the same thing if they tried to make a new game with that?
I don't know, because that's going to be up to several people, and really by that I mean one person, and that's Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Because you know how much people butt heads with him.
Oh, very.
He is the Vince McMahon when it comes to Mario games, and it kind of pisses a lot of people off because
So some people thought that Shigeru Miyamoto would be involved with more of Zelda. No, that's more Aonuma.
Yeah, but Aonuma's not afraid of expanding.
No,
he's not. He's not afraid of that. And to be fair, Aonuma kind of proved it with Majora's Mask. Mm-hmm. Even though that concept was not a concept that I liked, he was able to take the tools from Ocarina of Time and put out a game and put out a game in 16 months.
Yeah, so it's there. It's just more like he wishes he could have done the same thing with Breath of the Wild 2, because also they're getting the help from Monolith Soft.
They probably don't have the manpower. Honestly, they probably don't have the staff to do it yet. Without Monolith Soft, and if you think about it, I mean, Smash is a Namco game, okay?
Yeah.
So it's not of any surprise to me that this stuff is being farmed out to other places.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Wouldn't be surprised if they're doing the same thing for the Mario Kart expansions, that they had another team just make tracks and try to make it as balanced as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for them to do this kind of thing for Zelda, I don't know. It's like if they're trying to do the same thing, because it looks like it is the same engine, but definitely updated, especially with Monolith, like trying to probably improve their own game. So they wouldn't be surprised if they're sending it to the Zelda team as well.
Oh sure, and that's
why. Again, we're not seeing much, but maybe that's probably for the better.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because then you don't want to bring out too much expectation, because
it's not gonna matter whether you bring up too much expectation or not, because people are going to expect too much no matter what you do when it comes to Nintendo these days. Nintendo is just gonna be that.
Yeah, and again, one of their big series is done, so that's a good thing. And the next big one that's going to be done is Mario, but that one seems more like a side completion right there.
Yeah, they're not at that point yet. You know.
Yeah,
they got to do some deals first, I think.
Yeah, the Mario Kart DLC definitely seems more like, we have this, but let's go finish stuff with the side team that's smaller, but they can definitely get this done over a period of 2 years. Because more than likely they plan for something like that, so that way they don't overburden the team. And plus also, it's easier for them to do that, just to set that out. Plus, again, Mario Kart is still the game that's played constantly, especially on like streaming sites, that it is there.
It sells. It fucking sells.
That's why it's the biggest like Nintendo selling franchise of all time. It's like, again, look at the numbers. What game sells?
What game sells? Grand Theft Auto.
We're talking within Nintendo's own ecosystem. It's Mario Kart.
That is Nintendo's own ecosystem. The Definitive Trilogy sold really well.
Yeah, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been one of the biggest sellers right now, and
yeah, it's done so well.
Just in general, I've looked at all the numbers for all of Nintendo franchises. Mario Kart's the top, and it will always will be, even more than Mario itself.
Oh yeah, well Mario Kart, much to my chagrin, because there are things that I don't know about it, is just one of those games that
it just sells.
It sells because it's a very casual game. It really is. It's one of the reasons why, it's like, if you look at the numbers, when I like I said earlier, the only thing that came close right now that I thought was going to come really close, if not beat it, was going to be Animal Crossing. I thought Animal Crossing finally was going to dethrone the Wii U port, and it hasn't. Yep. And with this plan, it won't. Because Mario Kart, as much as a life simulator is, because that's essentially what Animal Crossing is. It's a life simulator.
Mm-hmm.
There are other life simulators out there that are cheaper that people still enjoy to this day. Stardew Valley is one of those. Harvest Moon.
Yeah, I don't know much about Harvest Moon nowadays, though.
Well, not nowadays, but what's the one that the original Harvest Moon team is doing? I keep wanting to say Story of Seasons or some shit like that. I don't remember.
I mean, I can't remember either, but it definitely Stardew Valley kind of took over what Harvest Moon did and did it a lot better.
Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, it's gonna sell. Don't get me wrong, and it's selling, and it sold very well. And Animal Crossing did have one thing going for it, and that was a virus that was running around trying to kill us.
Yes, and it came out. Honestly, because the reason why the recent Animal Crossing sold so well is because timing was perfect.
Timing was exactly, and so the support was there, the people were there.
A lot of games that year was actually perfect timing. I played when the thing happened after I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake. Within the short time span I did it, about a month or two, I went and played Persona 5 Royal when it came out. I bought it from the store. I bought it from the digital store. I didn't have a physical edition. Still kind of want one. That got me right there. So it's one of those things that it was all about timing. So for Animal Crossing, timing was perfect. That's the reason why it sold so well, and a lot of people saw it. And plus, a lot of people had Switches by that point. So
yeah,
it just went and sold very well, and you can't really deny that it actually worked in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was it because of that point in time that we haven't seen a new one, and all they've done is just update, even though I don't really know if...
Well, you don't need a new Animal Crossing.
No, but has the updates been consistent enough to keep fans playing?
Well, that's what the expansion pack, whatever the fuck, paid DLC. And it's the same thing that they're doing with Mario Kart. Those are their two big sellers. Those are the two biggest sellers right now. A life simulator and a not true driving racing game. Okay? I get it. I get it. Those games sell, and they will and they will continue to sell. I mean, when I finally picked up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because it was on sale, I found it interesting that not only did I get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but the cartridge was already updated to a certain point. So I did. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, I bought it new. Which means that as Nintendo is releasing game cartridges, at least for certain games, I don't know if it's all of them, but as for certain games, the new versions that are going out are already updated to the latest version that's available on the eShop.
So you don't have to wait. You just pick up and play.
You just pick it up and play. You don't have to worry about You don't have to worry about a day one patch, as it were.
I mean, they do that with PlayStation's greatest hits. They have all that on there, but it feels like Nintendo's doing it a bit different, although a bit obscure how they're doing it. I mean, it's fine for what they're doing with it.
Right.
The one thing that I feel We're back on topic about what we think should have showed up, what we thought would show up. My biggest thing, there wasn't really much, but I was probably thinking some more updates on games that were announced last year, but maybe figure out, like, hey, where are these updates on these games? Like, you know, some that said they come soon, or they say 2022. Why couldn't you at least give us, like, you know, you say 2022, could you give us a season update? Like, you know, maybe say, like, let's say this game's coming 22. Did you see maybe what part of the year we're getting it? Like Bayonetta, there's like, you got that basically where it is. When's it coming out? Like, when's it coming out this year? At least giving us like some kind of like, you know,
and that I think once again falls under greatly anticipated, and I don't think that this particular direct qualifies as a
need to see it.
Need to see those happen if the directs are quarterly, and usually they are. You've got one in the winter, you've got E3, you've got kind of one in the middle, and then you got one for the holiday. Close to the holiday.
Yeah, your season's end.
It's kind of quarterly kind of shit, right? There may be one in April, maybe so, but the big shit's gonna happen at E3,
because you didn't.
And the big shit's gonna happen just before the holiday releases. So usually October.
Yeah, because you didn't count the special directs for particularly one or two games.
Right, I'm talking main directs, because usually when they'll do like a Zelda direct, they will announce the Zelda direct. You know, because
if it's not E3, then this is probably going to get the Breath of the Wild 2 announced update.
Yeah, but I get the feeling it's going to be E3. Bayonetta 3 would probably get E3, and if that would be interesting if Metroid got its own direct. It'd be interesting if Metroid.
I wonder if it qualifies for direct. At least.
Well, at least it would in terms of Metroid Prime.
At least it points Nintendo.
Because the original, Metroid Dread, not necessarily, because that game is really short. But Prime, particularly if it's, you could get a Metroid Prime direct that would showcase, 10 to 15 minutes of the Prime collection or Prime trilogy or whatever, and then the rest of it, because it only has to be 30 minutes, 20 minutes devoted to Prime 4.
Yeah.
You could do it that way very easily. So you have options. Absolutely, you have options. But I outside of, like, we know that Smash is done. We know that we already know the plans for Animal Crossing and Mario Kart. We're just looking at Zelda, Metroid, Mario, really the big pillars, Yeah. And so we know what Splatoon is doing, and I'm sure we'll get another update on that at E3.
Yeah, I would definitely probably get something, maybe even find out what kind of DLC they might put out for it.
Yeah. Well, it won't be DLC because they still have yet to release the main product.
True. They don't. Nintendo not really one of those guys that would just.
They'll do a DLC thing sometime in the winter.
Yeah.
Once they get kind of a feel as to how many people are buying the game.
And what stuff could they possibly add to it? That's gonna be the other thing.
I don't know. Well, I mean, there was that Octo expansion pack on Splatoon 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. It's like they have to figure out what band you want anyway. So
yeah,
really,
you have to see what how the original campaign goes, how the Splatoon 3 campaign goes, and then see what you add to that. I mean, they apparently showed their story. I never played Octo expansion, so I couldn't tell you. They apparently had some pretty good storytelling in the Octo expansion.
Yeah, I did. It's actually alright.
So...
No, I didn't finish all the missions because, well, I sucked, but...
Oh, I still haven't finished all the missions for the regular
at the very least,
mission.
But at least I finished the game. I have an Octoling as my avatar now.
Oh, okay.
I can't really think of any other thing they would have shown because honestly, surprise announcements like Xenoblade was one of the ready? That's really the big thing. A lot of like third-party stuff. I didn't really think of anything. I think one of the big things that's, if anything, that would have Square that would have done first, like what if they straight up announced, oh yeah, now we're finally doing the Pixar remasters on Switch. That would have been something that would have made fans go, I'm on a Switch, if I didn't have one already. I can't really think of anything, even for third parties, I can't really think of any third party that was missing a franchise that is on Switch but hasn't been put out.
It's on Switch that hasn't been put out.
I mean, that like, we're talking like, let me rephrase that. We're talking like a Nintendo franchise, or like a game that they put on Nintendo but haven't put out on Nintendo yet for probably a while.
There's only one franchise that I could think of, Kid Icarus.
Gosh,
Poor Kid Icarus.
Poor Pit, yeah.
He had short-lived comeback.
He only had 2 games, and that's kind of sad.
He's had 3. He's had 3. Come on, he's had 3.
It's too bad the first 2 games was like from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
91, I want to say.
And then, of course, I forgot someone posted here on the chat, F-Zero.
Yeah, F-Zero.
But that's been talked about for years, that there's...
91 was Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters.
The one thing he actually puts in a good... I remember someone actually talking about, it's like, we would like to do an F-Zero, but we don't have any ideas for it. And what kind of new thing can we do with it?
F-Zero X had no... Because honestly, no one's going to care. No one's going to care. What with F-Zero, what they're going to want is basically something that outshines F-Zero GX. And that's going to be really hard to do.
I'm going to disappear for a couple minutes.
Definitely be like online play, because that's definitely what a lot of fans.
Well, that's the only thing that they would have to add is online play that doesn't suck.
Yeah,
and so
but also, what about creative new tracks? That's going to be something that they're probably going to have to think about as well.
Maybe, but I think as long as the tracks are creative and that also you could reference the old tracks, you know, from F-Zero and F-Zero X and F-Zero GX. I think people would be okay with that. You know, F-Zero GX ran very well on the GameCube. It ran at a slick 60 frames a second. I think you can do that one.
Let's forget the arcade version.
Yeah, you can run that slick. I think you can be slick enough to do a Switch version. Even if you ported GX, as long as you did the X and the original F-Zero. Fuck, put in GP Legend. The GP Legend tracks. You know, from the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
And people will be happy. Just put in the tracks and let people race. People aren't going to care about campaigns on that thing. People aren't going to care about that stuff. You know, and I know that sounds weird coming from, you know, a place where there is a campaign mode in Forza Horizon, you know.
Yes.
But honestly, I think people are just so tired of having to wait for F-Zero that if you just gave them a racing game, they would be happy. Just give them a racing game, throw it online that doesn't suck, make it look shiny, make it look good, give them all the characters, and just go to town. Just go to fucking town. Be done with it. And people will buy it. People will buy it, even though it... I mean, look at Mario Kart. Mario Kart doesn't have a fucking campaign mode. GX had a campaign mode that barely anybody cared about.
I mean, look at all the other Mario Kart. There's no campaign mode. It's all about just.
It's just 50cc, 100cc, 150cc, now 200cc. You know, that's all it is. It's just engine classes and courses. That's all it is. Just do that with F-Zero. Fuck.
I mean, I understand why some people would like to have a campaign for F-Zero, but people don't go for.
It's not necessary.
You're
Just
not.
isn't necessary.
You're not going to turn it into what Jack X was. And, oh gosh, I actually made something like that.
Well, Jack X was more geared towards the Mario Kart crowd. It was not an. That was the thing that I really appreciated about F-Zero and why I like it much more than I do Mario Kart, because it is a pure racing game. It's hard as fuck, particularly dealing with those tracks. But it was a pure arcade racing game. You didn't have to worry about any of the bullshit. You just put in the game, choose your racer, and you went. And that was it. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need... It's like when I played Initial D in the arcades. Fuck it. Who cares? What am I there for? I'm there to race down a mountain and drive and make the car go sideways. That's all I care about. You know, I'm still waiting for a proper Initial D game on the PS4 or PS5.
Yeah, $6,000 in the bank and now it's one.
Much better.
What about $6,000? What?
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
That is something. Oh.
I can't really think of much of anything else. It's really hard just to think of what can work for like what other games we are wanting to think of, because honestly I just can't really think of much of anything.
Right.
That even for like a remake, port, or anything like that, or even like just a sequel, just like there's nothing really.
Did you at least not go with the keychain?
60 seconds remaining.
What keychain? What? I think he's on the phone. I think he's on the phone.
My vision is B pink.
Oh dear, we've gone into some whatchamacallit right here. Hang on a minute. Can let me temporarily mute him for now, and then I'll leave it in about 2 minutes. Yes, I can. I can mute yeah, no, it's. I'm like, keychain? What the fuck keychain are you talking about? Anyway, but yeah, no, this is, you know, it's. You know, it's with F-Zero, it's F-Zero is simple. F-Zero is simple. You don't need much with that.
And I get where fans are going, where it's like Nintendo always tries to throw new things instead of how the series is. It's simple. It's made for fast action. The laps are really fast, and there's a bit of strategy in terms of how you use the how your damage is, how you get your power back up, and all that kind of stuff.
Have there been any Donkey Kong games in recent times? No, but I don't think we're ready for a new Donkey Kong game yet, and I think that's going to be something that's going to be out of left field as well. That's going to be one of those that's going to be out of left field.
So you think that would you be wanting to get more of a Donkey Kong 64 or more of a Donkey Kong Country / Tropical Freeze style of game?
I'm more of a country person, but Donkey Kong Country person, but that's just because I've never really played Donkey Kong 64, and I really wasn't big on the N64 at that point in time. So Rare was really big into the collectathons at that point.
It was. Also, Ty, if you're back, Will admitted yes, so...
Done. Okay.
You good, Dante?
I unmuted him. He is the unmuted. But I can't hear him, but he is not... no, we're fine there.
Yeah, so... I can see them probably doing F-Zero, but it would probably be something that they have to... most of the time, they would have to try to find new ways of making the game better. Because Nintendo is really more about just...
I don't think they need to. They don't need to. They don't need to. And also remember, who made F-Zero GX?
Who?
It wasn't Nintendo. Nintendo published the game.
Taken the lead.
Who did?
Kegplant has it right, even though it's spelled incorrectly, because I think that's hilarious. Yeah.
Really?
F-Zero was a Sega game.
Hello.
F-Zero GX was a Sega game.
Huh. Interesting.
Heck, half the time I saw some of the stuff going on with F-Zero GX, I was like, wow, this looks a lot like Phantasy Star. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, no.
What is it?
I'm still here.
It's a little more specific than that.
Dying? Oh.
Technically speaking, F-Zero GX is a Ryuga Gotoku studio game.
Well, hopefully they don't use it wrong.
What?
Toshihiro Nagoshi is one of the designers, and it runs off an enhanced version of the Super Monkey Ball engine.
Select
F-Zero GX is a Ryuga Gotoku studio game.
At the last minute, like, okay, I'm getting ready to go. I'm about to close my kiosk. Then all of a sudden,
So that means if they ever put out another F-Zero, Majima needs to be in the game. In a hovercraft dump truck.
No, he's not
Yes.
trying to get... No, he has to be on it like a surfboard.
No. He can just drive it.
What you we're talking about?
Have you seen how Majima drives the dump truck?
Yes!
He doesn't need to surf on it. He's dangerous enough as it is.
No, Majima on top, Saijima's driving.
I've never seen Saijima drive, but Majima's dump truck needs to be in the game. So, yeah, F-Zero GX is technically... Because it's done by Amusement Vision, it's developed by Amusement Vision, Nintendo, and Ryuga Gotoku Studio. Yeah. So wait, so Goro-chan gets a dump truck. Well, yeah, of course he gets a dump truck. Why wouldn't he get a dump truck? Are we not following with the dump truck thing?
Sponsored by Sunshine.
I'm sorry?
It is sponsored by Sunshine Cabaret.
You just see Captain Falcon looking over, and you hear shove it up coming from this pink dump truck that's speeding by.
And you see Yuki in the passenger seat.
Captain Falcon's like, what the fuck? You know, flies over the edge.
On the back of the dump truck is the tiger print from Obatarian.
Oh god! Someone lined the inside passage. Oh my god. But yeah, F-Zero GX is a Ryuga Gotoku studio game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the fun.
That's a revelation. That's a big revelation. I just decided to look it up. Yeah, I knew Sega was involved in that game entirely.
You just said studio.
I didn't know it got that deep. we kind of Toshihiro Nagoshi was a producer on this fucking game too. What the fuck?
That's because I come to the bar.
What the fuck?
And this was before. This was before.
Yeah, this is 2003, so this is long before he before Kiryu ever graced our screens. Which is something that's going to happen. We are still going to do Yakuza 1 and 2 here.
The OGs.
The original was on the PS2.
Plus,
Clean up this mess.
plus Kenshiro.
Yeah, in fact, that is one thing that I have done. I have to grab the controller because I forgot to bring it over here. But I'm actually kind of wasting time a little bit because I did order dinner and it was here supposedly in 13 minutes. We'll see what happens. As an aside, now that we're kind of done talking about copious notes and things that were not on the copious notes and things that people thought should have been on the copious notes, I did install the 2 terabyte NVMe drive into my PS5. I am immediately regretting not getting 4 terabytes because I am just that bastard. But
That was
price of it, man.
Yeah, I know, totally. I agree. But this is me being a space hoarder. That's just how I am. I know that.
At least you're not like Red Fox.
No. Gotta have mechanical hard drives and everything. Yeah, that's the only way to get it internal. I don't like having external drives.
Me riled up.
That's just me. I want that nice, clean look. There's only one exception I made for that, and that was the Wii U, and that was because it was specific. It had to be specifically certain USB, drives. Ugh, I have terrible wind. Someday I'll have a disc shelf. Oh yeah, no, that's why I want to do a NAS setup. I really want to do retro NAS. I really do. And I think that would be great, particularly if it starts interfacing with modes and things like that. That would be really cool.
Let's clean up
Okay,
this mess.
just looking at 4 terabyte drives and just trying to look at these prices here, and I'm just going, ooh.
Well, the lowest price that I've seen is $500, but it's not good for the PS5.
They're talking about the ADATA XPG.
Do they do a 4 terabyte version of that?
I'm on PC Part Picker right now.
Oh, son of a
Yeah, I'm on PC Part
I
Picker.
went with the 2 terabyte version, and that was $250.
Quick question: what size can the NVMe fit in the PS5?
It goes as large as 110 centimeters.
Okay, so it goes up to a 110.
Yeah, it basically what happens is when you open the thing up. Actually, you know what? Let me tell you in a bit because my dinner is actually here. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Good guys still here. Okay. Here we go.
I'm gonna get you for that.
The point is coming because he doesn't want to hire anyone else.
I'm taking the objective.
$1 per hour? Yeah, of course.
Needs more seasoning.
Like, how about most? Because I'm your only employee. Well, other than people
Nothing
working
wrong
the
with a
wall,
little
bro.
suffering.
So dirty drive.
Soldier 76 reporting for duty.
Repair the damage. This will heal you.
You actually want. Oh, you want a fight? How dare you want a fight?
I'm gonna get you for that.
Don't feel bad. I think that's a chance at my end while I was working
They are getting on my nerves.
What happened?
Do something! Double. Let's clean up this mess.
I'll be more surprised when this goes up.
There is nowhere.
You get me riled up. From afar. Behind you. Double. Let's clean up this mess.
It's one of those.
Defeat. Play of the game.
It's just one of those moments that's like, wait a second. Like, you just, when the boss, like, you're never off, and the boss just click like, wait a second. She's never off. No wonder she's miserable. I'm like, that's the point, you're never off. Well, it's just safer at home now.
Just so people know,
What's that?
it's whoever told us that it's supposed to be 90 degrees didn't get the memo that it's supposed to be winter.
Alright, coming anytime.
Yo,
Excuse
winter
me?
Already?
Hell,
Nope, everyone's still here.
I am
Tell her to
still
go,
here. I just
tell her
got
to go
here
to bed or no.
again.
Tell her to go to bed. Or
Oh,
no,
hang on a minute.
or no chocolate covered.
I can't hear anything.
Oh no! Oh no!
Deaf.
I said, tell her to
There
go
we
to
go.
bed, no
Now,
chocolate covered
He has gone
strawberries.
deaf in his old age.
Yes, I have gone deaf, and now I am back.
Yay! What's for dinner?
Alright.
Well, I'm going to be smelling my own piss in a few
Alright.
hours because I got asparagus. But
Seriously, for me, I've already like gone. How many cans of soda have I drunk so far? I've gotten on like. I've already drunk like 9 cans today. Or
dude,
so.
dude.
Alright, I'm back.
Drop the dosage.
Alright, I'm back. What I miss?
But this is granted over time.
Well, we had it.
Trying to pass a kidney stone with all the soda he's trying to drink.
I mean, it's not like I could watch the recording after I'm done, but what did I miss anyway?
Well, you missed it. I just had a revelation that F-Zero GX is technically a Ryu Ga Gotoku Studio game.
I thought it was a Sega game.
It is.
Ryu Ga Gotoku Studio is under Sega.
Yeah, it was made by this was made in 2003 before Kiryu existed. So in actuality, this game was made with the modified Monkey Ball engine. Which, looking back on it, kind of makes sense.
Now I'm picturing Monkey Ball and F-Zero style.
Oh, you should have heard Will what he was saying about who they should be putting in F-Zero.
Like I said, I could watch the recording on YouTube, but tell me anyway.
Majima with the dump truck,
with Yuki as the passenger, and then
you added Yuki as the passenger. You know,
well, yeah, just because it's for fun.
He doesn't need a passenger.
No, but then you said that the dump truck is pink, and I said just for the hell of it. The backside of it.
That's because the dump truck is pink.
Yes, but here's the thing though: the back of the dump truck is the Obitarian sweater.
We had way too much fun. We had way too much.
The sad thing is, that saying they put Sonic into Monkey Ball makes sense.
Well, Kiryu's in Monkey Ball. Kiryu's in Monkey Ball.
Wait, which?
The latest one.
The new one. Well, I mean, it's an HD remake, but the Banana Blitz collection on Switch and all that. Yeah, Kiryu's in that.
I will look it up if I could.
Oh, you'll see. Another thing that really kind of surprises me is think that now that I know it is a really good Gotoku game, technically, it makes me kind of wonder, could they even try and ask Sega and try and ask them to do it again?
I don't think they want to. That's part of the problem because
they're already too involved with their own project right now, especially with the next like a Dragon game.
Well, that and right now Sega just kind of got out of a certain business.
The everything.
Oh,
right. It looks like it feels like a freaking.
I think they're at the point where they're trying not to hemorrhage more money.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a death of
Sega says they're still gonna make machines, but
they're
not gonna make their
arcades.
own arcades.
Yeah, which is fine. Because honestly, that's their bread and butter. We need Super Hang-On Rider and F-Zero. Oh god,
it's the end of a long era.
Yeah, it's. Man, it really kind of
I still blame
the fact
Sega
that it is.
Sega?
I'm surprised Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony didn't try to buy out Sega with everyone trying to buy up everything.
Well, that's also a very Japanese thing because most Japanese companies are going to look at each other and go, no.
Yeah.
At Microsoft and at Microsoft in particularly since there's already precedent for it because Nintendo already did that.
True. Now, between the two top, between Sega and between Sony and Nintendo, I see precedence for Nintendo, but honestly, with how many franchises they got that are multi-plat, there's too much red tape they would have to go through with all the agreements and all that.
Yeah.
So Sony's the only possible option, but then of course, would they possibly do the same thing they did with Bungie and just let them do what they want, just be under their umbrella?
No, I think with the Japanese companies, because here's the thing. I forget where I heard this from. But I kind of agree. You'll notice that the Japanese companies kind of coexist with each other really, really, really well. And so if they want to do something, they will do something because otherwise Street Fighter V would not have ended up on the PlayStation as an exclusive.
True. And again, there's another thing that's also been seeing like ever since the acquisition thing. some people are thinking that the big ones in Japan, counting Bandai Namco, Bandai, they are now an impossibility because their lineup of what they have, too much to deal with. Bandai Namco is way too big, too much. They have too much red tape and a lot of toes. Like, they're toes in so many things that no one can buy them. No game company could buy them. Not even a giant company could, simply because of the amount of contracts they have. It's too risky.
Yeah.
But Bandai Namco is out of that race simply because of what they have going on. And plus, they're good enough as it is for what they have. So no one can really take them.
They've made their money back. They've got Tails and they've got Tekken.
They've got, and of course, let's not forget the anime they make, the toys they make,
well,
Gundam itself.
Well, yeah, that's the entire Bandai arm of
yeah, and they can't really go. They can't really go with them. They can't really, because if you can't buy just one part of Bandai, you got to buy all. Bandai.
It's like hi, my name's Microsoft. I'd like to buy out this. Hi, we own one. We'd like to buy out Bandai Namco. Hi.
They'll just laugh.
Hi, we're a Bandai Namco. We own One Piece.
Well, the games at least.
What's how big One Piece is? What's how big One Piece is more than enough.
Yeah,
like we own One Piece. Bye.
Let's not also forget, there's also another one under their belt. They also have, well, it's actually more Toei, but it is under their umbrella. Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Bandai was desperate for money, all they had to do is release Dragon Ball FighterZ C2.
Yeah, so in all actuality, there's no possibility that anyone could buy Bandai Namco. They're way too successful.
Oh yeah, they are. Okay, I've been waiting for 2 Piece for years now. Only on the female characters at this point, apparently.
Sometimes they're not even wearing One Piece at all.
She's been going through the Athena Asayama or Asamiya problem that character had in King of Fighters from 94 to 2002, where each iteration she loses more clothing for costume.
Yeah.
Dude, from someone who reads One Piece,
every single costume change.
Yeah.
Like you know that joke I put on the refrigerator ad in my Facebook page? That's gonna be One Piece. Like, we'll be dead, our family be dead, our children be dead, and One Piece will still be going.
Well, which one's gonna be going longer?
One Piece is invincible. One Piece is immortal.
Yeah, but it still has to. For fuck's sake, Detective Conan is still twice as long as either one of those animes.
I know. So is what you call it. That detective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, Detective Conan still lives, so.
Like Detective Conan, freaking
And what sells more?
That is a very good point. One Piece outruns Dragon Ball, so yeah.
It's really interesting the fact you look back at how the merger happened with Bandai Namco and how that all worked out. It's really interesting because also that was during the era of like the big acquisitions, the big mergers between Square Enix and Bandai Namco. That those two mergers were like one of those big headliners in the 2000s where everyone was like, whoa. Like, because again, it never happens in the Japanese industry. It doesn't happen at all. So that was a big moment. So for Sony to ever do something like that to another Japanese company, it's nigh impossible for them. Now again, if Sony was to ever do something, some people actually looked at some of the lists, and there's actually 4 companies that are currently on, I won't say bottom, but somewhat that they could possibly try. But one's definitely one of those ones where it's like, this is definitely like shot in the dark. Square Enix, Konami, Sega, and Capcom. Again, those are the 4.
Yeah, as long as Final Fantasy 11 keeps 14 is alive, Square Enix will never have to worry about money.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Again, that was the shot in the dark. Sega,
I don't know. They still have to make up all the money for Kingdom Hearts.
True.
Yeah, between Kingdom Hearts and 14, yeah.
Well, also,
Square is not going to be starting for money anytime
14
soon.
made its money back and then some, and now it's probably trying to help the gaping wound that was freaking Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, plus also another thing that also helps the fact that Kingdom Hearts merch sells. That merch sells hard, so they're not sorry for it.
Somehow,
the only
I still don't know how.
The only two, I'm taking Sega out because they've actually gotten way better. We just wish there was more game franchises that were coming out for them. That's all we wish for. More game franchises coming out. They have it, which we just hope they start looking back on it and hopefully work for how to get those games.
There's so many games
Yeah.
Sega that they've got under there. It's like, oh, who do I have to murder to get Guys of Arcadia out on a normal modern console?
Even on this digital.
Most of the presidents at this point.
I'll do it.
Now, the only two companies that would be a possibility, one seems less likely, one seems more likely, all considered. The one that seems, I wouldn't say unlikely, it seems somewhat not likely, but could be a possibility, is Capcom. Now, simply because a lot of their games have been mostly just straight up on PlayStation or PC and Switch, which seems like a very big thing that if Sony was to do stuff like that and get Capcom, they would still keep the agreement of having games show up on Nintendo anyway. It's just that it's a bit of a hassle that one would seem like a bit of a money pit at this point in time.
No, because there's still other IPs out there. Even if you just go for the fighting games yourself, shit.
I mean, yeah, to actually remember that there's other fighting games on the Street Fighter that's
that's also just one thing they could possibly do, maybe even bring back Breath of Fire if they ever did that. Because there's a lot of IPs under Capcom that are just very dormant that they should bring back.
Just start doing remasters for Breath of Fire, start doing something for Dark Stalkers.
Dude, that came. If I wish there was still Breath of Fire 6.
Well,
a real Breath of Fire 6.
Yes, the true.
Not that mobile crap.
Or browser crap.
Well,
yeah.
the thing about Capcom is that right now I think they're still in a very good position.
Yeah,
I mean, the only way they could possibly make more money at the moment, and that's kind of because everything's kind of in one place again, and they could probably get away with it, even though the fervor has died down from it. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh, definitely. Oh, that would definitely.
What's this gonna be quickly because
that would be another jizz moment, is what that would be.
Re-release Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh no, just how many people would go bananas and it's like, hey, we have a exclusive announcement on our Switch or E3, and they do that finger snap and then you hear, Capcom presents.
Presents, yep.
Like, yeah, that would just make everyone just go collectively, like, make a mess of themselves.
Would lose their mind.
Yeah, everyone would. Now, the second company is Konami. And Konami is the more likely possibility. Simply because they're very dormant. It's mainly because they're the ones that they're now completely dormant. Everything about them is up pachinko. And there's just so many problems at Konami right now that it could be a possibility for something like that. But there's a lot of they can basically say, okay, Konami, thank you. Take your IPs. Have a nice day. We'll actually give these IPs a home.
Sorry, like I keep saying, it's hard to just fuck up such a distance. Oh wait, Sega Japan, that's right.
Sega Japan, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's... Konami is having such a bad time right now with all this. It's just like...
Yeah, but they won't sell their IPs because those are essential to the pachinko machines they sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not going to put them in a global market.
No.
And I don't think they care.
Like, they're just happy being rich.
What rich?
Yeah, they're losing money.
Yeah, that's the thing though, that I've been hearing a lot that Konami is not in good straits right now. They are in dire straits right now in terms of cash.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Konami's more one Metal Gear game away from being straight. especially without Hideo Kojima.
Well, I don't think they need Kojima to do it. It's just that people will desire Kojima to do it.
Yeah.
I said especially without Hideo Kojima.
Because we already found out what happened when Kojima was still there, and they wanted to make a Metal Gear game, and he didn't want to be involved in it.
Yeah.
That is true.
And you say death threats?
But hell, if they could make a Mega Man game without Inafune, I think they can make a Metal Gear game without Kojima.
Oh, I agree, and it might actually make sense, and it also might make sense.
The one that made the most sense was 3.
The one with the writers don't exactly want to string on Kojima with his innovations.
Yes, Grant, I still love what they did with Metal Gear Solid 3, so because Metal Gear Solid 3 and 2. Because I like the idea that Kojima had an idea for something, like, thoughts about things that were like, oh crap, this is actually something happening now. I can't believe he was right about it. But they can't really do that sort of thing if they did try to continue it, because that whole thing is, that whole philosophical thing that they had with Metal Gear, that's
Hello,
gone.
Governor.
They can't really do it without Kojima, because Kojima had some ideas that somehow came to light, and everyone's looking at him going, how the fuck did you know? But again, that's neither here nor there, because that's from the past, and really, honestly, they can't really do that right now, even if they tried, because there's no way they can, and the only way they could probably do it is make something more similar to, not to say like Revengeance, but maybe make it a bit more action-y, in a way, even though they might lose some of the, they might lose
that's
stealth
not,
action.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though, that...
I'm chewing on steak.
No, I could see you eating on stream. That's the problem. I don't know.
Oh, no.
It's like, where could you go with Metal Gear, especially when you consider the fact that Snake's dead at the end of all this.
Well,
they haven't officially killed Snake yet. I know he's gonna die eventually, but they can always
he had less than a year to live.
They can always bring up some bullshit that keeps him alive.
Well, but he has new nanomachines in him. Remember, everything is nanomachines because that's what it has to be. Keg Plant, that's fighting. Them's is fighting words with one person here, and it ain't me.
Who's that? Voices.
Oh, you already know my opinion about those games.
I know. That's why I said them's is fighting words.
Ty, Keg Plant said this. Lords of Shadows wasn't
you
that
read it.
bad. Lords of Shadows 2 jumped the shark. A bit development-wise.
I prefer the original Castlevania series.
I don't think they know the story well.
Besides, Tech Plant said he hate more Symphony of the Night because it brought the whole Metroid thing up.
The whole reason why Will and I are friends now is because we both argued the hell out of Lords of Shadow. Because Will's fine with it and I hate it.
All systems checked out.
That's how friendships are made.
and that's why we're friends.
Pure unadulterated hatred.
Yeah, no, because it was like the game came out and yeah, because we were bullshitting on Jason's stream or something, and he was like, yeah, no, it was a pretty fun game. I was like, are you high? Like, what are you smoking? There's like 3 good parts in that entire game.
Oh, Keg Plant just said this. Symphony of the Night is just...
Yeah, it's just okay.
I mean, it's just okay.
It's fun, but... That
like,
style of game no one's really done in a long time. Like, when was the last Metroidvania we've had?
Well, it's a Castlevania exploration sort of game where, like, it was brand new at the time, and people were like, oh my god, it's so great, and like, it's okay.
It's okay. Nowadays, it's okay.
At the beginning.
Like, back then, like, we had nothing to really compare it to.
Yeah.
And nowadays, we're so used to it. It's like, it's fine, because there's so many other games that try to emulate that.
Moira by your side.
I totally agree that a lot of games do follow that's the whole thing. I mean, even a lot of roguelikes nowadays basically do the same thing. It's basically part of their DNA now.
I still think the best one that I played for that is Portrait of Ruin.
I can see that.
Oh, it was so good.
Portrait of Ruin was amazing.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
I mean,
for
we haven't
Lords
had a
of
true,
Shadow,
like...
Yeah, Lords of Shadow, I hate that thing, and Will is completely fine with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It was God of War fixed for me.
Like, I just...
Old God of War, not new God of War. I haven't played new God of War yet.
I remember me trying to play God of War 2, I'm like, okay, no, I'm done. I tried playing that thing for like 10 minutes, like, nope. And I played the first one.
And that was the same thing with me. I played God of War 2 for like 20 minutes, and I was like, nope.
But yeah, Lord of Shadow is very God of War flavor. Somewhat, I could see some similarities, but it wasn't really, like, if they didn't slap Castlevania on it, then it would have been fine.
And I didn't have a problem with it either way. If it had Castlevania on it, or if it didn't have Castlevania on it, I'd have been okay. I was okay.
I would still be like, you're off on a quest to go save humanity and figure out why God is not communing with us anymore, and oh wait, I could bring back my dead wife. Well, fuck you.
Well, that was the thing, because that's not what happened. It just happened that on top of that, he could bring back his dead wife, which wasn't what happened at all.
No, he tried to do it and then fucked that up. Like he fucked
No. There was no way he was bringing. No. There was no way.
Oh, no, that's no guy was not bringing him back that. No. Like,
Wait,
you
but
want
wait.
to and you tries, and then you just untrack it.
Yeah.
Because all he ever wanted to do is like curse God and then bring his dead wife back.
Well, the dead wife thing he came to terms with on the original setup of Lords of Shadow. It was the extensions, the DLC, that explained his descent to become Dracula, which required him to kill something else. Excuse me. Whoa, I have terrible wind. Woo. And then it went on to Harmony of Distance. Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate. Excuse me, Mirror of Fate. That explained the whole.
Oh, that's why, because it's the game that actually tried to break my 3DS.
Yes, which is why I played it on the PlayStation 3.
I still cannot believe, like, I've never ran into that before, ever, until I tried playing that game.
But,
no. It's freezing my 3DS. What the fuck is this?
Irish. They were all Irish. You forget they were all Irish.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
They were all Irish. The guy who the big reason why I started paying attention to the voice acting of Lords of Shadow for Gabriel, aka Dracula, is because of the actor. Because at the time, when I was married at the time, my wife was watching. Gosh, what was that show? It was a Disney show that was like super dark. Like it crossed over, like it was like the real world versus whatever.
Gargoyles?
No. It was a live action show, and it was very recent. No, not very recent. I keep wanting to say Once Upon a Time.
I have no idea.
Is Robert Carlyle Scottish?
60 seconds.
Robert Carlyle. Yeah, no, he's very. No, you are correct. He's very Scottish. Excuse me. Oh, he's from Glasgow. He is from Glasgow. Oh yeah, that's very. I thought he was Irish. I could be wrong. I don't know the. I don't know. Well, yeah, Patrick Stewart. Well, I was talking Dracula. I was talking Gabriel, Trevor, Simon. Trevor / Malachi.
I still think that's funny in that first season. Oh, you're the
Watch the whole thing. Oh no, wait, that wasn't the first season, so I've already watched that. I don't know.
No, it's when he died.
I will not be defeated so easily.
To actually go and do that fight and everything.
I was gonna say, because the first season was only 4 episodes long. It's probably second season you're talking.
It might be.
I'm still waiting for the 4th season Blu-rays to come out.
Mm-hmm. It's when those 3 actually go fight Dracula.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm still waiting on season 4.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Castlevania.
Season 4 already finished.
No, the Blu-ray.
Oh.
Blu-ray.
I was about to say.
I have the first 3 seasons on Blu-ray. I do not, but season 4 is not out on Blu-ray yet.
Mm-hmm.
Play of the game.
Heck, it pisses me off that Cobra Kai is only being released on DVD at the moment.
Originally, no one thought that Cobra Kai would be that damn popular.
Are you kidding me? Like, watch that show. That show is awesome.
I know.
I know.
Like
Cobra Kai is really good.
I think Ken could tell you if he's still around. Most of us just watch all the seasons on freaking Reese's channel.
Yeah, he
even came up with a a term called Bobbert.
Bobbert will win eventually.
Yeah.
Bobbert will win.
I've just been trying to even catch up on anything and watching stuff every now and then.
Yeah, well, you've been super busy. Oh,
yeah.
Rescue Rangers is on Blu-ray.
Cool to you. I'm waiting
excuse me.
I'm still waiting for a new Rescue Rangers. I guess the new Darkwing.
The new Ghostbusters is out on. The new Ghostbusters is out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Well, I know it's out digitally.
It's out digitally blue. It's out digitally Blu-ray, DVD, and collection of all 3 movies, and download code for the Afterlife.
The 4K is out. The Blu-ray is out. The DVD is out. You can get it tomorrow if you want. If you have Prime, but it's out.
And the collection's out.
Yeah, which I still laugh about.
Yeah, because they had to sneak in the freaking download code for Answer the Call because people complain, even though no one's like that movie. But I'm hoping for Afterlife 2 or a sequel after Afterlife.
Well, I still haven't seen Afterlife, so
okay, I'm not going to tell you anything then.
Yeah. No, I know about that cake plant. I know. So, but yeah, keep shopping for Ring Fit Adventure, Rune Factory 5, Atelier Sophie 2. I didn't ask for those games. What the fuck? Oh man, no, that was Now that I've eaten, now that I've gotten the PS4 up, PS5 up. Shit.
I'm still even just trying to get my hands on one.
Oh, you actually still looking for one? You should be able to find. I think they're finally starting to trickle in a bit, but it's hard. It really is hard. I wish it was easier. I really do wish it was easier to find one because
I don't know. It's just because people are hoarding them.
Yeah, well, they're hoarding them and selling them.
Yeah,
and they're selling them for 2 times the price. They're starting to come down in price in terms of the scalping, but still.
Oh no, those scalpers can choke.
Oh yeah. No. I like I say, I got lucky getting this at launch for retail price. I am extremely lucky to do that. Not too many people can do that, and I'm mad that people have not been able to get it in their hands more quickly because I would have rather that. And on a selfish note, I would rather have more PS5 exclusives than having to have stuff go back and forth, like with Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7. God of War Ragnarok, etc. All that stuff should really be
for exclusive. Yeah, no. I understand it. Heck, like how many times have we had that discussion about exclusives?
Yeah, exactly.
And such, like, you need exclusives, and there's hardly any nowadays.
Yeah. I haven't played any GT games in a while. Well, it's going to depend on how fast I get through Horizon Forbidden West, but I will be playing Gran Turismo 7. The question is whether or not I will play Gran Turismo 7 with or without the wheel.
Well, they need a wheel.
Actually, yeah, because I'm actually downloading the demo for Triangle Strategy and seeing how that's going to be.
You miss Burnout games. Well, EA's not going to go and do a traditional Burnout game anymore.
Nope.
Burnout finally burned out. Or burnt
EA,
out.
They can't make microtransactions off of Burnout.
They tried. That was fucking Burnout Paradise.
Yeah, Burnout Paradise is the last real game.
And I'm guessing that bombed.
No, it sold.
It sold pretty well. They did a port on it for the Switch and the PS4, and I think Xbox, but it's just not Burnout. It's just not Burnout, you know.
It's an open world Burnout. It's really fun. One of my favorites. But I kind of wish that we went back to Burnout 3.
Burnout 3, Burnout Revenge.
Yeah, that style.
Just wreck everything.
Yeah, go on a race, just go on a course. Which I feel is that what they should have done. They should have done that, like as an option. That would be so nice to do.
Road Rage is life. What did I say was Road Rage? I don't know. Road Rage. Yeah, no, that was the game in Lost Judgment that I kept playing in the arcades over there. Fucking Motor Raid. That was an interesting game.
I love it when I need healing.
And I forget. No, I don't think that's an STV game.
I'll just leave this here.
That was a Sega Model 2 game. And Model 2A, excuse me, it was a Model 2A game, which meant that it could have been ported to the Sega Saturn, but they didn't port it to the Sega Saturn because Sega Rally Championship and Manx TT Superbike did make it to the Saturn.
I mean, can't I just play Outrun instead?
Outrun is on Lost Judgment, yeah.
My ultimate is charging.
I got it on my Switch.
I have it on my Switch too.
I saw something, guys.
So then we're all set. No, I'd rather play Virtua Racing, but you know, hey.
I just read something now and I don't know how to think about it.
Oh dear, put it in the Discord. Let's see. Then I gotta get started on Horizon. I need to finish off those 2 trophies so that way I can feel good about myself or something. I don't think there was a Daytona USA 2.
I'm putting it under Just Talk.
Oh no, there was a Daytona USA 2. Excuse me. It was a follow-up in 1988. It just never made it outside of arcades. You Sega Model 3.
And there it is right there.
Jeez, what did you do?
Takes a licking, keeps on ticking.
Oh god. You know, Tom Holland would make a better Jack than he would Nathan Drake.
No, because honestly, one guy's been campaigning for that job for a long time. He was also named Nathan.
Jackie Jackson. So they've been trying to make sure movies for how long now?
Well, that's what the big money is.
Yeah. But the fact matter is that
now it's what the money is.
So another Naughty Dog game is gonna be. If you're gonna make a Jack and Daxter movie, could you at least give us another game?
Nope. No. They don't want to make the movie.
No.
Why? It wouldn't make money.
Tell Hollywood that.
No, the game
wouldn't make money is what he's saying.
Oh.
The movie would.
Yes.
Yeah.
The movie is what's gonna make money.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of game companies are figuring that out, and they're like, "Oh,
yeah," because people still like traditional, non-interactive entertainment. Just turn your brain off. I'm just not one of those people. I will go and watch it. I've always been interdigitation.
I mean, that's why I watch Letterkenny.
I still need to watch it.
Oh, Letterkenny?
Yeah.
Oh, it is small town humor, but I laugh. It is hilarious.
Yeah.
Nice a licking. Keeps on ticking.
We'll say some of the jokes. Well, their entire stick is like a joke will run wrong, but they'll still keep going with it in different angles.
Yeah. It's like it's like too many cooks.
It could at least,
but probably done better.
Yeah. I mean, depends on the joke.
Yeah.
Your mileage will vary.
Indeed.
Back for more.
Well, I am going to torture myself playing Horizon Zero Dawn in preparation to play Horizon Forbidden West by beating this game on Ultra Hard.
Aww. Now I gotta go put my food in the oven. Finally heat it up.
I should probably kill off this recording.
What?
Just go play Ultra Beast or something.
Just my Genesis.
It's in the Sega thing online.
I'm not spending the $50 thing.
Oh, that's it.
Why not?
There's other people on the plan, so we all just sort of throw money.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh, yeah. No, if there was like one person, there'd be no point, but...
Yeah.
Me, Liz, her brother... there's like another roommate off, but there's already like 4 people on there. Okay.
Yeah, so that's $20 a person, you know. If you have 8 people on that plan, that's $10 a person.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, no, there's some space then.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is I've got the New Game Plus playthrough and the Ultra Hard playthrough, which is why I'm doing the Ultra Hard playthrough on New Game Plus. But that gives me everything basically, other than the ability to get all the attempt to
your head against the desk with a controller.
Actually, it hasn't been that bad so far. Streets of Rage 1 on hard is definitely hard, especially the Ken Factory. The boat is an honorable mention.
Oh, did you not try the Maniac yet, where everything wants to kill you?
At least it's not Streets of Rage now. I mean, I beat Streets of Rage 2 on the hardest difficulty because that's a thing that you have.
I mean, we could just make it any crazy difficulty. Go beat Maniac Mansion with the Surfer.
Holy dooly.
That's true. I don't remember how I would even do that. So
I can't. Is he the one? Dave's not the useless one. Because you need him.
Yeah, Dave is required.
Yeah.
Dave is required.
I can't. Or if I could, I think the person is the useless one.
Yeah, I think so.
Because even if you don't get like the good ending, like everybody can get their own.
Right. It just sucks because the only person that makes it back to the mansion is Bernard.
I mean, why would you want to go back to that?
I mean, they kind of had to.
Even that too. It's like trying to even because it has to be a reboot. Like, why in the fuck would Ash go back to that cabin?
Surrender to my will.
Well, there was a purple tentacle that was trying to take over the world.
Yeah, no, that's like, why is Bernard ever going to go?
Yeah.
On Maniac Mansion. I haven't really played much of Streets of Rage 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin has. Because team up with him.
Oh, Streets of Rage 1.2. There's a reason why people remember Streets of Rage 2 a lot more than 1 and 3.
Yeah, because 2 is fun.
Because 2 is really fun.
Yeah. I mean, 3 is just kind of, you know,
one is when they try and get the performance down. 2 is when they perfected it. 3 is when they thought they perfected. 3
was when they went off the rails.
Exactly.
What?
Introduce skate.
For what game? For what?
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage.
Oh, Streets of Rage. Right.
Excuse me.
Well, don't have too much fun.
Yeah, pretty much. So things are gonna get quiet. I am gonna change this over to Horizon. Not Horizon. What the hell? I can't. There's a game called Horizon. Wow.
Who knows?
Yeah, I think I heard about that one. I think it's much old. I think it's an older game though.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have to head back to the Grave Horde and reveal everything about that.
Yeah.
Y'all keep watching, and I am going to I'm gonna head out. Thanks for talking. Thanks for bullshitting with me. It was fun. And we will take copious notes again at the next direct.
And we'll all be with you if you want to.
Or other big thing that's gonna happen.
Which other big thing?
That's the thing though. I don't know.
Oh,
I have no idea either. I'm about to shut off this recording, start up there.
Alrighty.
Right.